Hello and welcome to the 53rd Australian Junior Athletics Championships. We're here out at Sydney Olympic Park Athletic Centre. I'm Robbo, this is Lynchy, and it's day 2, and this is the official live stream. And Lynchy, welcome.
Thank you. It's
Great
good to be here. Yeah, it's excellent. Beautiful weather today. We had some almost hurricane-like weather last night. We've had to have a few extra events put on this morning that were cancelled last night, but I think it's going to be a cracking day.
Look, there's a lot of talk about Jack Hale. He's come up from Tasmania. The hailstorm. Did the hailstorm come a bit early, do you think?
I think it might have. Let's hope it's the hailstorm on the track stays, but not the weather.
We're going to see him in action a bit later on today. What about juniors as a meet, Lynchy? It's the biggest meet in terms of days and participants in Australia. You've been there, you've done it. What would be going through the heads of some of these athletes today?
Well, for some of these guys, this is their Olympics. This is the highest level they can get to, so it's huge. And we're going to have some of these athletes trying to qualify for World Youth Championships in Colombia, Commonwealth Youth Games in Samoa, so there's a lot on the line here.
All right, well, as you said, plenty on the line. We're going to have a little tinge of Colombia, so you'll learn a bit more about Colombia as we go along today, and we'll hopefully have a chat with some of our athletes over the course of the next 4 days. Check out the start list, all the information about the event on athletics.com.au. You can get the results on there as well and find out how everyone's doing. We'll do our absolute best to try and cover as much running, jumping and chucking action as we can over the next 4 days.
Well, and we've got
the Sydney Track Classic to come to wedge in there as well on Saturday night. So it's a feast of athletics. Thanks for joining us wherever you're watching around Australia and around the world. Enjoy the show, and we might cross to some action very shortly, Lynchy. So, yeah, great to see the sun is shining after that bit of rough weather we had there last night.
Yeah, it was Judgment Day almost out here. There was plenty of lightning. Wind was going straight across the track, and it was tough weather. But yeah, as you can see on the track right now, we've just got the last few finishes in the men's under 18 5k walk. We've had the under 20 5,000 that you may have seen us do a little mini live stream. Yes, that was on the Meerkat app, and if you're keen, you can jump on at Mr. Dave Robbo and Matt Lynch. You're on Twitter as well, aren't you, mate? I am, Matt Lynch _.
Yeah, if you've got any questions for us, let us know. But also, we'd love to get... One of the things we've been doing as part of the tour is hearing from you guys. Let us know. Join the conversation. Use the hashtag Summer of Aths. We've also got hashtag AJAC15.
That's
AJAC
right.
15.
There it is on the screen.
And jump on board. And if you've got any facts or figures or records are broken or anything that you want to give someone a cheer, throw it on there and we'll do our best to give you a shout-out.
Yeah, I love the shout-outs. And if you've got anyone you want us to focus on during the stream, so we're going to be streaming from now till just around 1:30 for the first half of the morning, and then we're going to come back at 3:30 till around 6 o'clock tonight.
All right, so stick around. Plenty of action. You might be at school watching this. You might be at work watching under the desk.
Yeah, don't let your teacher see you watching the live stream on your phone.
Oh, they should put them on. They should have a call in a special assembly and watch the athletics live stream for the day, I think. But Lynchy, tell us, it was our first crack at doing the live stream at juniors last year. You flew solo for that. You've only just recovered, haven't you?
It was a big, and to be honest, we weren't sure how we were going to do it last year. We tried to get the commentary feed up to here and was like, we can't get it working. Luke was like, Lynchy, why don't you just call the races?
Yes.
And then I was doing that for the 5 days in a row. Yeah. So that was a big week. I got a little bit sick after that. I was battling.
Well, you'll hopefully have a bit of help because we're going to bring in Mossy and Ollie Wurm as well later on in the week.
Good team.
We're just down here. We're focusing on the walks here at the moment. And as you mentioned, it's the men's 5,000 metre race walk, the under-18s. We've had the women's race already. And they're only, a lap to go now, bell lap there for the Queenslander out in front. One of the things I love, Lynchy, is seeing all the colours, the state colours and the emblems and the flags, and you soon learn what part of the stand you're sitting in. We're entrenched in Western Australia's area here.
We're in the Black Swans.
And Tassie's to the right of us, South Australians here, and we've got the proud Victorians over to our left here, and we had a quick chat with the likes of Nick Wall and BJ Clark as well.
That's right. So we've already had 2 athletes find their way automatically on the plane to Cali in Colombia. Colombia. So that was Philippa Hajdaz in the women's pole vault last night and Jemima Montag in the 5k walk this morning. So hopefully we might be able to find them a bit later and have a little chat and maybe give them a quiz about Colombia.
and both Victorians. And
yes.
That's why the Victorians, you might see on social media, they use this hashtag Vics Do It Better. So,
and at the moment, they actually are doing it better, which is a shame.
We'll try and give you as unbiased commentary as we can, but yeah, we better just declare, Lynchy, you're a proud New South Wales, as am I.
Yeah.
Central Coast and Newcastle.
Well represented. When Ollie comes, he can talk about the Victorians. But
I don't know what Mossy's origins are. He says Bathurst, I think. So
that's deep New South Wales.
That's very deep. All right, so yeah, not too far away. They'll be setting up the hurdles after this one. That'll be the men's under 20s 110-metre hurdles. Saw Nick Huff last night on Fox Sports getting interviewed.
After that huge run in Queensland at the Brizzy Track Classic, 13:52.
Great to see. I'm sure the video's floating around. You should see if you can find that today. We'll see if we can find a link for it. But great to see him. He spoke well. And, we'll see him in action on Saturday night.
It's one of those athletes he's too talented.
Yes.
He's good on the track.
He's designing apps.
Yeah, he's doing, I think it's like law and commerce / information technology / everything.
Look at this. One thing I loved about the juniors coverage last year, Lynchy, is the bean bags.
Oh, it's great.
The colourful bean bags.
Hopefully get a few kids on those bean bags.
The beanbag slide has been known to be a late event on the program when it's wet.
Nearly saw someone crash into the concrete barriers last night on the beanbag.
And what about this? That's one of our assistants from Athletics Australia.
Certainly. So what they need to do in a championship 5K, they need to ride around to all the walk judges just to grab the red cards. And if you might see down at the 100-metre start line, there's a big whiteboard just to let these athletes know if they've been red carded. So he's probably doing just as far walking on the bike as these guys. You just got to ride reverse around the track and get on there. But we've got a few finishers coming through the line now in the under-18 5K walk. I think we may have just saw Tyler Jones finish off just before. I think he might be doing the 10,000-metre walk later on. But I think we're not too far away from a bit more on the track. Looks like we've got some wheelies over at the 200-metre start line, so they might be coming up very shortly. But some of these programs has been pushed back a little bit to fit in the events that we may have missed last night. That storm was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw some photos. A bit of lightning in the background. Looked quite spectacular, and the rain was bucketing down. So, totally understand the call made by the organisers and Athletics Australia just to postpone part of the session last night. Obviously, safety is first.
Yeah, so the rule is with the lightning, it's a half an hour break after the last strike. So there was a lot of lightning last night, and it was very hard to even find a spare half hour.
That was Luke McCutcheon from Queensland just finishing off the walk there with the hat backwards.
That's probably a good idea today. It is hot out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's steamy, isn't it? It's humid. It's got that feel. I was chatting to one of the officials earlier as I came in. He predicted maybe another storm this afternoon. I didn't know if he was talking about Jack Hale or not.
Well, he's in the 200 this afternoon, so he has been spotted.
It's got that feel. The air is thick, but the sprinters, they generally don't mind a bit of heat, Lynchy. And if there's a gentle wind, as we're getting at the moment, we'll see once the short sprints do start with the hurdles shortly. But it looks to be a pretty favourable tailwind down this home straight.
Yeah, you can get a good, especially a really good 200-metre tailwind where it's sort of coming not straight down the home straight, but a little bit across.
Yep.
So it won't go fully in the wind gauge.
Yep.
And, there it is there. That's a nice little breeze. It's good flag weather, actually.
Blowing the notes.
Very good flag weather.
And finishing off here,
that's
New South Wales.
Kerr.
Great stuff.
Now, you might see a few different New South Wales uniforms here at the moment. We've just started our new 2XU uniform, but it was so popular we actually ran out.
Wow.
So
I didn't get one.
No, I haven't got one either, and I work for Athletics New South Wales.
Well, you have to have a word to them, mate.
So, yeah, very, very popular. Actually, more popular than we thought. So there'll be a few athletes in the old uniform as well as the new uniform. So hopefully we can spot those athletes. But it's good that all our states have very particular uniforms.
Do. There shouldn't be much confusion. However, we did see a couple of Kiwi athletes.
Yes.
In the 5,000s earlier today. Actually, they won if you're tuning in from New Zealand, big hello and a shout out to you.
Yeah,
and
took out the double.
They got the women's under-20s and men's under-20s 5,000 metres. So
yeah, this morning.
Come over and take our silverware, Lynchy.
They did. It's well, at least we still get our gold medalists, but yeah, they were right on the top of that podium. From Waikato was the first athlete.
Yep. Canterbury was represented there as well. And South Australia got their first gold medal of these championships with a gold medal to Sophie Eckel, trained by Adam Diddick down there in Adelaide.
Team Tempo.
And we've got the women's, the Open 5,000 metre National Championships, which will be incorporated as part of the Sydney Track Classic. That's coming up on Saturday night. And I see Jess Trengove's on the start list there, Lynchy.
It's always a good race.
Eloise Welling, so that's going to be a good one. And you can catch it all live right here on the Athletics Australia live stream. Big thanks to VPA Productions, who are on board with us again today. And they're providing all they're wonderful pictures, Lynchy.
Excellent, the highest quality.
The hardest working camera team in athletics.
Definitely. We've got a few little secret spots set up. So right now we're right at the back of Bay 12, right on the finish line, as you might be able to see.
Over to the right there, I like this innovation they do each year here in Sydney, and they've got the little white picket fence, the fenced-off area, and that's for supporters to come down and enjoy a bit of a fan zone as well. We might see the likes of, I saw Danny Samuels down here last year, Brandon Stark.
Yeah, Jake Steen was in there as well, so maybe that might be running a little bit. But we've got our VPA tent down there, the little live stream hub.
I don't want to give too much away, but you might even see David Rudisha in the building today as well.
He is getting picked up from the airport.
So world record holder over 800 metres. That's going to be great. But
give him a follow on Instagram. He hasn't got enough Instagram followers for a world record.
At Rudisha David. Yeah. Well, we might even be able to have a chat with him today. Might be able to call some of the action here today for the juniors.
Let's have a look. Do we have any
800s?
We got some 1500s.
That'll do.
And some 4s. I'm sure he's run 400s here before.
I haven't checked.
Actually, we got some 800s later on this afternoon.
All right. Well, there you go.
Might be a good time to lock him in.
Yep. Now that sounds good. As we're sticking here with the walks, and you're watching, if you're just joining us, big welcome. And thanks for joining us this morning. The first session, we're going all the way through to 1:45. And then we'll be having a little break and then coming back for the afternoon session.
That's right. Let us have a bit of a feed, but we'll come back at 3:30 for a few more 400s. Here we go. Already we've got some people watching our live stream. Aaliyah Johnson catching up on all the action back home. Feels weird not being out there. She's over in, I think, the University of Georgia in America.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what time it is over there, but it's obviously live stream time.
Perfect.
So Aaliyah Johnson watching all the way from America. Excellent support.
And she's used, we'll see if we can bring that up for her there. I think she's used the hashtag Summer of Ats. And that's what you can do as well. And you might be doing other stuff. You might be, at school or at work, but there's always time to to chuck out a cheeky tweet.
Oh, easily. It's not that. It doesn't take that long. So yeah, Leah Johnson, she went to World Youth in 2013 and juniors last year in 2014. Now she's over in America. She actually featured on the little promo video that was released by Athletics Australia yesterday. You can find that on Instagram at Athletics Australia. And a great little 15-second video to get you in the mood for juniors this year. And Leah, I always can pick her. She loves to jump in the headband. She does. So, she made a bit of a switch. Went to World Youth for the HEP, came fourth, and then last year went to World Juniors for the triple jump. So multi-talented. And yeah, so now I'm not sure what event she's focusing on, but she's at college in America. Let's hope she can just keep moving on. Yeah, as we see a West Australian athlete finishing up there. Bell lap for, I think that's Corey McGinniskin. He's got 1 lap to go. Here we go. Here's another tweet here from Ray, and they've used the hashtag AJAC115. Mossy Robbo loving the live stream. Thanks, guys. And there it is. It's still better. It's looking us down, staring us in the face, that hashtag. They do it better, though. They've got the most qualifiers at the moment. So Vics are doing it better at the moment. That's what we should have, the hashtag. We might see if we can. We might even be able to get a little camera pointed around to the grandstand over here to have a little look at in behind the scenes at Athletics Victoria. What makes them supposedly better?
Well, I can tell you they've got the softest and the widest massage table towels.
They do.
In the business. And there you go. They're up here, and we're up there too. So, yeah, look, well done, Victoria.
There it is. Look at those. That's Brendan Cole was working there earlier. I don't think he's there at the moment, but they've got some high-quality physios. Look at that.
This live streaming, Lynch, I can feel myself getting a bit stiff.
I'm getting a little bit tight here.
Actually, I'm a physio myself, but it's always good to get treated. So, see what we can do. But there you go, a little insight behind the scenes here at the 53rd Australian Junior Athletics Championships. Lynchy, how many of these did you participate in, mate?
I think it was called something different back when I was there. Australian All Schools was our big one.
Right.
That was in December, and now that's sort of like more of a team event.
Yep.
But, Australian Junior Champs, I think I probably did maybe 2 or 3 of them. I was a 1 and 2 and long jumper back in those days, back at school.
Very good. But it certainly seems to be a good buzz. I remember coming along last year, and I guess the sheer weight of numbers of participants and family members and support staff here creates a good atmosphere straight away. But I expect it's going to continue to build across the course of today and the next 4 days as well.
Definitely. There's a big New South Wales representation, being our home championships at Sydney Olympic Park Athletics Centre. We've got over 660 athletes just from New South Wales. And even 660 athletes at a championships is a lot. And that's just from one state. So close to that 600 mark from Victoria and from Queensland as well together. And it's always good to see the big WA teams making that long trip across.
And there's... Yes, and on the board here now, this is the women's pole vault under-17s final. And I've been watching the girls warming up down there at the northern end, I guess we call it here, Lynchy.
That's right. It looks like Olivia Cara from Victoria, probably the favourite with the highest jump at the moment, with a 3.60 metre to her name. We've also got Emily Marshall from Queensland with a 3.40 and Madeline Griffiths from South Australia with a 3.35.
Women's pole vault really getting a lot of attention at the moment, Lynchy, and for good reason too.
It's firing.
We were over there in the West only a few weeks back, and we're there to witness the record jump by Nina Kennedy.
Yeah, that's right. We were there.
She's in action as well.
In the under-20s sometime. Not sure when that is. It'll be in there somewhere.
We'll get our stats.
Is she having a jump on Saturday night as well at Sydney Track? Is there women's pole vault?
I think that might be in Melbourne, because they've had 3 tour meets in a row now.
Yeah, you don't want to have 4. So makes sense.
Give them a week off to freshen up. But yeah, lots happening there, and I'm looking forward. Look, I think we've been strong, haven't we, in women's pole vault for a number of years.
We look at Emma George right at the start when women weren't even allowed to do pole vault.
Yep.
She paved the way. She was setting records left, right, and centre.
And obviously Tatiana Grigorieva.
Yeah. Then Kim Howe in 2006, she had the record, and then Lana Boyd took that back from her. So we've always been there in the women's pole vault. And
Saturday night, just confirming there, Lynchy, it'll be the men's turn.
The men's pole vault
at the Sydney Track Classic.
So that will be in Melbourne, it looks like.
So
give them a rest.
Women's final will be in Melbourne. Yeah.
But it looks like Nina Kennedy won't be having a rest. She's competing here.
That's right.
Maybe she can grab herself another Beijing qualifier.
And a big thank you to our sponsors, the Australian Paralympic Committee. 2 times you, don't they do a great job providing some gear? We might be able to get some gear out of them.
Maybe.
The New South Wales Gear, Athletics International. And obviously these meets just wouldn't go ahead without these organisations. Athletics New South Wales, big thanks to them. Obviously Athletics Australia. And there's the tour, Saturday night, that'll be continuing. Principal partner, the Australian Institute of Sport. Great to have them on board. And Destination New South Wales. Vix might do it better, but we've got the best state.
We certainly do.
The best destination.
We are.
And New South Wales now, the new state of business. And, of course, Sydney Olympic Park. And there's a lot happening here. Adidas as well. So plenty on board. Commonwealth Games Australia. We've got the Commonwealth Youth Games. This is the trials for them.
I actually went to the Commonwealth Youth Games.
I remember I've seen your tracksuit pants.
That's right. They're quite old now.
Where were they?
I was lucky enough to go to Bendigo.
And I believe, so that was 2004. That was only the second time that was held.
Yes.
The first ones were held in Manchester in 2000. I'll have to check it.
Scotland.
So, Edinburgh. That's right.
Lisa, quite a good team. Lisa Corrigan ended up being a Beijing Olympian, was there.
Right.
I had quite a talented side for my one. Sally Pearson happened to be on our team.
Wow.
Danny Samuels. So back then, Danny Samuels was actually picked to do the shot put.
Was she?
She won the shot put, and they decided when we were there you could do some other events. So she went and did the discus and won the discus as well,
Wow.
which you would understand.
Yeah, and that maybe set her set
Yeah,
the journey.
there was a few complaints saying, "Oh, she wasn't even supposed to be in it," and then she won because the other Australian that was picked came second. So
right.
done very
Wow.
well there. Tristan Thomas was in our team. He was our 400 runner.
Yep.
Don't even think we had a 400 hurdles back then. Chris Nofke was our long jumper. Quite a big side back then, and it's a really good stepping stone.
And we'll see that. I think it's the 5th edition of the Commonwealth Youth Games. It's happening in Apia
In Samoa. They actually had the Oceania Championships not long ago, so they've held a big meet, and it's actually really, really fun. It's a very fun atmosphere. You get to see some interesting countries. I got to hang out with some Falkland Island athletes,
right,
which I would probably never meet.
Yes,
in
well,
my life.
the Isle of Man has actually hosted the last ones.
We had a few.
They had a cat as their mascot.
Was there a cat?
Yep, he's on Twitter.
Oh.
I forget its name.
Josh Clark was at that meet as well.
Right.
But so it's a good stepping stone for these athletes.
Now this looks like we've got a good shot there of the high jump. So it's all about jumping over poles here this morning. Lynchy,
Right.
and run us through who have we got here.
So
in
this
the
is the men's under 15 high jump. So we've got Declan Carmen, Angus Clark, Jake. I don't know if that's a mistake, but Jackson. It's got to be Jackson Dagan, Timothy Dodd, Riley Edge, Riley Ironside, Hamish McIntosh, Harrison Menon, and Benjamin Nodjaski. So meet record is 199 for the under 15s. That's huge. And national record 2 metres 14 for under 15s. I'm not sure if that's correct. That's a big jump for a 14-year-old, 2 metres 14.
Well, we'll have to. We maybe have to get that confirmed. We'll have a look at that.
Maybe that's an under 16 national record, and it stays. I think it is. They keep the same national records for the under 16 is the under 15 national record because that's a big jump.
Yep.
And actually, we go to that pole vault as well because we're going to be tossing between the two. Vicky Parnov and her sister Liz Parnov have the national record in that under 18, under 17 bracket, 4 metres 40. That's very big. And the meet record, Vicky Parnov, Rachel Birtles and Marchin. So there's a few jumpers there all around that same mark. We've also got that women's hammer throw, the under 16 women's hammer throw going on at the same time on the back. So it's all filled at the moment as we get ready for some 200s and some hurdles.
Look, Lynchy, in terms of Australian athletics, there's a lot to love about the field events at the moment, and we've at the senior ranks especially, we've been enjoying a lot of success there. So I guess, you know, the influence is rubbing off on some of these younger athletes.
Definitely is. And it just gives them something to look up to. And when you've got that hero, yeah, you know what to look for.
And we're going to just duck down and get a bit of a better angle there of the high jump as they're warming up. We'll just see if we can get our camera positioned on the high jump there.
Yeah, if you're looking right now, this is the women's under 16 hammer throw. Jenna Baker, Ellie Bauer, Alexis Diamond, Tian Faddy, Olivia Graham, Dominic Holland, Michaela Horan, Taylor Jobson, Jasmine Legard, Stephanie Ratcliffe, Malata Titalotta, and Leah Wright. And there we have the good shot. I love that shot. I saw it at the Brizzy Track Classic, right behind. It's perfect.
It's a cracker. So we can watch these youngsters hopefully sail over that bar, and we'll get a gauge of just how high that is hopefully soon. Big thanks to all the officials out here putting in a huge 5 days, Lynchy. And again, the meet wouldn't happen without their help. So
that is correct.
If you see them out and about in the grey shirts, make sure you give them a high five.
It's a big meet. It's tough on those officials.
They earn their keep at this one, mate.
They certainly do. But this is where they want to officiate. You want to officiate at the top.
Well, you want to be able to say, I saw so-and-so when they were only at juniors.
I started such and such when he was 15.
I raised the bar to this level.
That's right.
So
I gave him the white flag when he jumped 8 metres.
Hopefully not the red flag.
You don't want to be proud of that one.
So
Look at those double angles.
The activity just building down here at the southern end.
Yeah, we might have some shot put. Looks to be they're just warming up for the men's under 17. If you have a look at that, Damien Birkenhead, meet record. So he's really just moving along. This could be the next step up for these athletes. 1 minute under 17s, next minute Commonwealth Games.
Yes, that's right. And we have a look here at the northern end, and this is the women's pole vault. The under 17, the bar's at 2 metres 30. And looks to be the South Australian athlete there, so Madeline Griffiths.
Or it could be Nyam Morgan.
Might be, we'll see.
2 athletes out there at the moment from South Australia. And there's her teammate there. Just looks like she's probably going to come in a little bit later. She's still got the trackies on.
The under 20 men's pole vault's going to be exciting as well. Lynchy, we've seen Curtis Marshall, Angus Armstrong. They've been on the tour so far, and they've been getting the results.
They've been killing it. So they had a good battle in Adelaide for Australian All Schools, and looks like it's going to happen again. And I think both those athletes also have another year left in the junior, in the under 20s. So dominating when they're 18, might be able to dominate again when they're 19 next year. That'll be later on this weekend sometime.
And look at this, Ollie Wurm, one of the mainstay of our commentary team. He's not getting any work done.
Is he halfway through a sandwich or something? He looks like his mouth's a little bit full there.
At work, sneakily enjoying the live stream. See you Saturday. And he's used the hashtag Summer of Aths.
Oh, and hashtag OMAC. Excellent, of course.
I'll tell you what, I'm not minding. I love Wormy, but I don't mind having a day off without him, without having to cop the OMAC every few seconds. And great club that they are, though. And big shout out to everyone from OMAC.
And, any reference to athletes in lane 1, we might just leave that blank today.
In honour of Ollie. If you don't know what that's about, stick around, watch
it'll happen.
The Sydney Track Classic live stream especially.
Especially when those 400 hurdles are on.
So, Ollie Wurm, he would have competed at Junior Nationals.
Yeah, definitely.
Back on that, he might give us a rundown of how he went, if we're lucky. So, it's all about the high jump here. The men's high jump under 15s.
We're checking out. I've seen a few test fires of the wing gauge, and
good.
At the moment,
we're into it.
Looks a little bit like a headwind, but nice clearance there from the New South Wales athlete.
And the 2xU strip there.
Looking very, very good. And there's another New South Wales athlete on the runway in the pole vault.
Bar still at 2 here, as you can see. Relatively short run-ups here, Lynchy, compared to the likes of your Alana Boyd, the Parnovs.
Yeah, it's a tough one to really get used to. Takes a lot of confidence and just no fear at times. And I've spoken to some athletes who are jumping mid-5s and they've still got fear in the belly. You might see them cherry-picking up the top, holding on, and tough. I had to cut that pole vault short last night with the hurricane weather.
Yep.
Because it would have been pretty dangerous. But good clearance there from the Queensland athlete. Not sure if they have a board in the... Oh, they do. It's just not facing us. And just a miss there from the New South Wales jumper. But as you can see, it's all happening in the field at the moment. There's actually field events happening at the warm-up track. There's so much going on, so many age groups. We've got under 14s, 15s, 16s, 17s, 18s and 20s. Male and female. So we've had to chuck a few events over at the warm-up track, a couple of field events. And we may be sending a camera a little bit later over there as we have the under 18 discus throw in the women's at 11:30.
And that's the men's under 16 para 200 metre heat coming through there. You might just be seeing that on the screen.
Yeah, a lot of those wheelchair athletes. I can see Brad Pemberton out there in the beautiful 2XU in the green chair. But we've got the hurdles slowly. They're starting to come out on the track right now. Heats of the men's 110 hurdles.
And here's a Victorian high jumper. And tickles the bar and just brings it off there, unfortunately.
He's jumped late, nearly off the bag right at the end there.
This is what I love, Lynch. Look at that. Look at that shot. Shot put, high jump. And discus in the background there.
It's beautiful to watch. All this all happening down at the finish line end.
In fact, if we just pull back a tiny, we'll get the whole three. It's perfect.
Interesting tactic here from our the Victorian athlete here with his name tag on the back. Normally high jumpers don't put their name tag, but he's done it for us.
It's helpful for us. That's young Declan Carmen.
With a PB of 160, so this could be a PB if he gets over this. Ooh, it's all right. He's got one more attempt. Just needs to, sucking the calves, as you'd say.
Kick those calves up.
But, on for a PB if he clears over that, just according to our start sheets. But 10:33 in the morning. Looks like it's cloudy. It's starting to get a bit cloudy.
Lynch, it's only 7:33 if you're waking up in Perth.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't be waking up if it was 7:33.
If you're having your wheat bix. Team WA, we're entrenched in Team WA territory here, and they're a bit more awake than they were about an hour them all. So, a few hour delay behind for us. They're great to have them on board, and let us know where you're watching from. Take a photo of your screen. If you have to sneakily take a selfie at work, then that's fine.
But WA just getting a medal down here, a gold medal in front of us, so
we'll get to hear the WA anthem.
Yeah, the national anthem.
What is that anthem? We might have to ask some of them.
Something
by...
It's a Perth band.
Eskimo Joe.
Eskimo Joe.
That'll be it. Lynchy just having a bit of banter there with one of the officials.
Trying to teach me how to do photo finish.
Oh, he wanted to swap jobs with you, I think.
So here we go. Declan Carmen. Let's get him over here. This will be a PB if you can get over the bar. Oh, so close.
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately, end of the competition for Declan. But had a good few attempts at 165 there. Should be getting to the pointy end of this competition.
There's the hurdles, the flights. So we're not too far away. That'll be the men's under 20s heats. Under 18s, pardon me. 110 metre hurdles.
And we might see Brandon Harrigan. So Brandon Harrigan already has a couple of qualifiers under his belt in this race. He's got a 1371 and a 1376. So all he really needs to do, if he's out there, win the final. And he's got his ticket.
Yep.
But he's also got qualifiers in the 200. 2 qualifiers, and 2 qualifiers, actually more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 qualifiers in the 100.
He's a busy boy.
So, not sure if you want to do those, because those 200s are this afternoon. Actually, not this afternoon, in about an hour.
Right. So, they're all young, Lynchy. The more the better.
He's got a bit of stiff competition with Hale and Shelley in that 200 as well. Only 2 can go.
Yep.
So we'll see what he's decided. Ollie Wurm just said he promised to tone down the OMAG usage, but I'm sure we can get away with it when he comes on Saturday, Sunday. Hurdles are looking nice and straight out there. We'll have our first action on the track for this live stream very, very shortly.
But just in the foreground there, you're watching Big Victorian hurl the shot put there, and that's the men's under 17s. So, and there's a clearance there in the men's.
That would be Michael Nixick. There we've got a couple of New Zealanders.
It's hard to know where to look, isn't it, Lynchy?
There's so much going on.
Currently, we've got under 17 men's shot put, under 15 men's high jump, and we've got over the back there the women's hammer, under 16. I think I said discus earlier. So, plenty happening. Women's pole vault as well, as we can see there right now.
Bar going up in the high jump to 169.
And women's pole vault to 250, as you can see there.
So both of these events just chugging along. Starting to get to that pointy end at this high jump. We've got a A few athletes with PBs around that 170. So this will start to separate the field.
We're getting the wind reading there, Lynchy.
Oh, minus
on the home straight. So
minus 0.1. I saw a minus 2.5 in the para 200s earlier. So I heard the hurdlers don't mind a little bit of a headwind because as their strides might be getting a little bit too long, they do have to cut them, and they don't want to get blown into the hurdles with a big tailie. So this might be prime hurdling weather.
Yes. Look at this. I love this. The shot put delivery system, the shot put return. So to save the backs and the legs of some of the officials.
They are heavy.
Don't have to walk them all the way back. You just throw them in that little tunnel there and off they go. So I remember seeing that previously and thinking that was a pretty darn good invention there.
I think if they dig back on your Instagram to all schools.
Yes.
October maybe last year, there might have been a video.
Athletics New South Wales.
Yeah, that's it.
Will probably be it. So if you just type that into Instagram, you'll see it in action up close.
But yeah, behind the blocks now, looks like we've got the first heat in the under-18s. A lot of New South Wales represented there. A few last tweaks with those hurdles, making sure they're all nice and straight. Only the best for these athletes. Wind's looking nice and still. Just waiting on AR. We'll get a start list very, very shortly.
Good bit of broom work happening there on the long jump pit there too, Lynchy.
Yeah, just getting it ready. Like we said, only the best. I think they've been here since 6:30 this morning.
Yep.
Preparing that pit.
Well, I got a bit upset last night with all that wild weather, so...
Yeah, actually, I saw some sand get delivered during the week as well. So, new sand for these jumpers.
I don't know where that's coming from. I got a feeling that's probably coming from Stockton Beach. They're famous for their sand up there, just north of Newcastle. As we get ready here for the first of our hurdle heats.
Up on the board is the start list for this first race. So, just as they get into the blocks... This is the under-20s.
And as you mentioned, lots of New South Wales athletes here.
Very quick away in the middle was the New Zealander in the white with Matthew Dowsett. These two are going to be going quick together. Looks like James from New Zealand and Dowsett from New South Wales. The Victorian... But that's the Kiwi,
James Sanderlands.
He's going to take it out. Matt Dowsett right on his tail. Minus 1 for that race, 14.72. So big field there. 9 hurdlers out on the track. 9 hurdlers, 5 New South Wales athletes.
That time
and it was won by a New Zealander. That
time is unofficial. They've done pretty well here on day 2, first session. The Kiwis. They're going all right in the cricket at the moment too.
Aren't they?
So, real purple patch for the Kiwi athletes. Official time there, 14.70, as you can see just to the left of the screen there.
Close finish, Dowsett with 14.72. Next heat lining up out there. We've got a few more athletes coming out for the lower height.
We can have a little look at the 15 years boy high jump. We might be able to catch some of the field action here just while we're waiting for that heat too. Oh, that's a clearance there.
Clearance from the New South Wales athlete.
He must have known he was just on the live stream.
I think that's 172 on his 3rd attempt. Beautiful stuff there. I think that might be Benjamin Nogadski. Please, if you're listening and we do pronounce the name wrong a little bit, you can tell us how to say it correct. We'd like to make sure we're saying everything perfect. So yeah, if we're battling with a few pronunciations, just let us know. we have thick skins.
That's right. But we'll have a crack at any name. As we can just see here, this is the shot put.
Looks like Kieran
Under
Briggs.
17 men's, yeah.
Oh, forgot to let go.
Drop it on your toe. That's
Luckily, that's just a warm-up. Oh. Might be Angus Clark, I think, from New South Wales. If he's still in, his PB is 170, so... But there it is on the board, Heat 2. Possibly favourite in this one, Nick Andrews, who actually went to the Youth Olympics last year in Nanjing. A very smart hurdler and has a 10,700 metre around PB, so quite a quick athlete. So he should be the favourite in this one. As you can see again, big representation from New South Wales, another 5 athletes in this. So you will see a sea of blue out there. And looks like they're all rocking the new 2XU kit. So don't forget to be blue in 2XU. That's what they say.
That's the hashtag. And we're back with the high jump. Unfortunately not to be there.
First attempt at 175. And it looks like we've still got a few athletes left in.
So our next attempt here in the...
Oh, it's
he's got
clear.
it. Beautiful.
That is a beautiful jump.
Great to see.
I think that could be Angus Clark there. The other New South Wales athlete, clear at 175 on his first attempt, and that could be a PB. Or could be Harrison Menon, but so they make it tough on us without their back bib.
Yes, the meet record here, Lynchy 199 set in 2007 by Raheen Williams.
That's a big
they
jump.
They go close to that, they're doing well.
That is a very big jump for these under 15s, yeah.
Here's the next attempt. Oh, it tickles above and stays on. You beauty.
So it looks like 3 New South Wales athletes are all in together, so could be a treble. Could be a trifecta out there.
Yep.
But they're on the blocks now. Heat 2 in the under 20s. 14.70 won the first heat. Let's see if they can make a statement and go a little bit quicker in the second. There it is. Harrison Andrews in the middle. There's that great shot straight down the track. But Harrison Andrews running very quick. Jack McArdle on his inside. But a close Queenslander, Elliot Wilkins. But Nick Andrews is going to take this heat out. 14.46 unofficial. Minus 0.5.
And the Queenslander taking second there. Elliot Wilkins. So, yeah, convincing win there from Andrews. And as I swore off no more mentions of OMAC, I'll just take a look down there and see that the meet record there and national record held by Sam Baines.
Oh, what club's he from?
A proud OMACian. And finished second behind Nick Huff the other night for his opening.
And his first race of the season.
Race up in Brisbane, yeah. So expect to see him continue to improve as the season progresses. But yeah, obviously a strong junior. That was back in 2008. Now, you mentioned Brandon Harrigan. We can't be far off seeing him.
No, I think we've got the under 17s. Gotcha. They'll be up first. So our timetable is going to be a little bit different at the moment with a couple of these other races chucked in from last night. So that was the under 20s, followed by the under 17 heats and then the under 18 men. And then we'll go to the 20 women, 17 women, 18 women. So big feast for hurdle fans early day 2 at the 53rd Australian Junior Athletics Championships. Remember, hashtag AJAC15, AJAC15 and Summer of Aths. Use those hashtags. Comment on the YouTube live stream if you're watching. Let us know, but looks like we've got a warm-up down the bottom there for some long jump. Or that would be triple jump, of course. That's the under 14s. Just underway, actually. That could have been the first attempt. So you've got Lily Anderson, Tamisha Clark, Kyra Edward, Naomi Galley, Emma Innes, Charlotte McGill, Isabella Fanavong, Leah Richards, Mieta Russell, Sophie White and Phoebe Young. So 11 starters in the women's under 14 triple jump.
The Just when you thought we couldn't squeeze another field event in, Lynchy,
Oh, they bring it out.
we get the sand pit ready to go. Field and track, they'd have us believe.
Well, right now it is.
Field, and a little bit of track.
So that looks like it's Tamisha Clark on the runway. Up there with one of the highest seed marks. 10.54 she's got down. So she'll be looking for a nice big jump out there just to get the competition underway, put a bit of pressure on the other athletes. Nice there. Looks like they're all off the 7 metre board at the moment.
And Lynch, you mentioned Twitter there before, and encourage you to jump on board, and that hashtag is Summer of Aths. And we heard back from Ollie Wurm. He says, boys doing a great job. First appearance at Australian Juniors was in shot put and 90 metre hurdles under 14.
Oh, shot put. I always thought he was a shot putter.
Yeah, so he doesn't mind the put. And I like this one from Andy Axford. And you can jump on. He's used the hashtag AJAC15. How good is uni? Thanks for the live stream. Mossy and Robbo. You're getting passed off as Mossy, I think, today.
That's all right.
Lynchy and Robbo. We'll have to update that. But yeah, he's thrown a photo in of the screen there.
He's using obviously the free Wi-Fi at the university.
Look, we encourage you to do that if you can get some free Wi-Fi, folks. And
use it up.
Yeah,
there it is.
They'll love that.
What's he at? Is it University of South Australia or Adelaide University?
Flinders.
Flinders?
I'd like to know what he's studying. Or not studying, as it were.
Adelaide TAFE, maybe?
No.
Who knows?
Andy Axford, there we go. Part of the Team Tempo squad, coached by Adam Diddick, and they'll be very excited because their girl, Sophie Eckel, got up in the under 20s 5,000 metres earlier
very well.
today.
On the screen there, they've got the starters in the first heat of the under 17 or 110 metre hurdles. A couple of New South Wales athletes, Queensland, South Australia and Victoria represented. Top 3 in each heat going to the final. Next 2 best times. So we'll find those first 3 athletes making sure they get over the line for that automatic qualifying position. Here we go, nice even start. New South Wales athlete though in the middle, really taking control of this race. Ooh, a bit of a hit there from the other New South Wales athlete, but athlete in the middle really putting on a... He's going to take the first spot, and looks like New South Wales and South Australia, they're going to take the first 3 automatic positions. And ooh, just a very light touch, tickle of the calves as he went over the bar there in the under 15 high jump.
And Lynch, 1 metre headwind on that one, unofficial winning time 15:33, as we can see there on the screen. So having to work harder, but as you mentioned, they don't mind the headwind.
Don't mind a little bit of a headwind. I think a lot of these younger guys.
And official time there, 15:35 first and 15:92 second. So the New South Wales 1-2 there. So we'll come back to you there with the next heat in the hurdles. This is the men's under 17s. So that was heat 1. Heat 2 coming up very shortly. Now, here we have some more action in the men's shot put.
There it is. There's the results from heat 1. Tom Gammy, Alexander Thompson and Zach Wilmshurst taking the automatic spots. So Damien Matthew and Caelan Shaw, they're going to have to wait to see if they can get in one of those fastest non-automatic qualifiers. We're back at the high jump and, oh, very close. Again, bars at 177.
So we're back here, and it's New South Wales in the shot put ring. And we get a good look at the distance there and getting that out most of the way to 16 metres. A great chuck there. Bit muddy out there where in the landing zone. And we can see here Victorian athlete in the men's high jump. And this high jump event's heating up as well. So this is the under 15s. As we can see here, we've got the start list for the under 17 men's 110 metre hurdles. This will be heat 2. And it's Burnett, Dang, Lotz, Rass, Thompson and Fraser Robertson, who I believe is the younger brother of Tom Robertson. And we've seen Tom on the circuit for the Australian Athletics Tour this year. And I haven't confirmed whether I'm related to the Robertson boys yet, but I'm sure there's some lineage going back there, and I might be able to borrow the bib later on. So I'm on for Robertson here, Lynchy.
Oh, they're off and away. New South Wales, split screen here in the high jump. Knocked it down with his hands, but it's a good battle out the front there with the WA support. They're going off here, and he's going to take out... Oh.
They pulled up at the end there, but yeah.
Comfortable.
14.99 unofficial. 1.5 headwind that time.
Oh. But faster than the first heat.
It was, definitely. And the young Victorian there, Fraser Robertson. He'll take plenty out of that. And I'm sure he's got his big bro to help him.
His brother. I wonder if his brother's already arrived.
Well, he's on Twitter. That was the source of my information. Tom Robertson, at Tom C. Robertson, pumped for my little bro, contesting his first nationals today. Hashtag AJAC15. And here we are on the Adidas replay. And the West Australian athlete there.
Great hurdling.
Heinrich Rass. A nice close finish. Oh, you couldn't split him there. 15.00, 15.01 official.
So it looks like the New South Wales athlete did just dip him at the end, but very comfortable.
And judging by that, I think Tom Robertson is in Sydney, because I think he took the photo from the warm-up track. So great stuff there.
Oh, the warm-up track. I hope he's out here watching his brother.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's the photo finish.
V3A Productions giving it the photo finish.
We've got 2 finish lines. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
It's a regular UN of nations and states here at the moment.
Look, it certainly is. We'll for the benefit of the viewers, we'll get you a camera on that too. We've got a few flags up here. So we're going to be quizzing some of our athletes. Lynchy, can you name your state's, pick your state's flag? We've got them all here.
The only one I can spot at the moment would be Western Australia with the advent of the swan on the flag, but
yep,
quite a few represented here.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, it's great to see all the teams, all the states with their colours. And we're looking at the women's pole vault there. And that's the under 17 women's pole vault. And here we go, the next attempt there, unfortunately unsuccessful. The bar is currently at 285.
Got a few more to add.
So we might bring it back down to the high jump. There we go. Victorian athlete coming up next, the men's under 15 high jump. I think this is Riley Ironside. Or Timothy Dodd. In fact, I think it might be Dodd. His seed time was 1.75 and the bar now up to 181.
Oh.
So it is getting quite serious here at the men's under 15 high jump. Just waiting for our next attempt here. And there we go. What have you got there, Lynchy?
Well, I've got
Every flag known to man.
All the states, a couple of internationals. We've got the Bahamas, Colombia. It looks like we've got, is that Qatar?
It is.
It is.
Yep.
We've got South Korea for the World Uni Games, Bahamas for the
World Relays.
China for Beijing World Champs, and all the states.
There we go. Well, we'll look to feature that throughout the over the course of the next few days. But yeah, very exciting there.
I'm definitely going to have to do some study on those state flags.
You are.
So, just me?
Yep. I'm confident, Lynchy. I've got them covered. I got them covered. I've been studying them.
Okay. Well, you had to order them, so...
Yes.
Looks like we've got...
Maybe we can get an athlete to run with one of them. Or if they win, they might come and grab
on the
flag and run around with it.
When they get on the podium.
Yeah. No, this is good. All right, next event here, Lynchy.
WA, look at this. Dominant hurdling from the Western Australian on the outside. Very clean. Well, actually hitting a last couple, but...
Just as you said, very clean.
Very clean. It got a bit dirty at the end.
Commentator's curse. He just tickled a couple, but he held it together there. And yeah, you're right. He looked very smooth over those first few hurdles there.
Yeah, good finish from the Victorian, but I think if that Western Australian athlete can get a clean run through all 10 flights, I think he could be the favourite. It's like Corbett from WA.
So a chance to have a look there at some of those field events from the southern end. And the under-17s shot put, what we're seeing there, up towards 15.5 metres.
Yeah, getting it out there.
In the second round. So, yeah, some good launches there. And the men's high jump, we've got our next Victorian athlete primed and ready to go. And here he comes in now in the high jump. And just tickling the bar once again. Unfortunately, that red flag goes up.
181. Got one more attempt still, but really attacking the bar. Coming in with a lot of speed.
And here we go, Tom Robertson. As mentioned, he's flying up tomorrow morning, in case you're wondering, Lynchy. Great live stream, as per usual. Thanks, cousin.
So far. So is he confident that we're going to get bad, or is he... We're just doing a really good job at the moment.
Well, maybe he thinks we start well and
fade.
Yeah. So jump on board, folks. Hashtag AJAC15. And we're not just on Twitter as well. You can jump on Instagram. And if you're here in the stadium, I know some people like to do that. Watch the stream while they're here in the stadium. Well, jump on board. Use the hashtag, and we'll
don't worry
we'll find you.
Don't worry about your data bills.
No, they're covered, aren't they?
They're all right.
Free Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
They got that here yet?
Yes.
Next door they do, in the big stadium.
But here we are at the high jump. Victorian athlete, last attempt at 181.
So here's our next attempt in the men's under-15 high jump. What do we got here? Victorian clears it beautifully.
Clearance.
And there's that white flag.
Stoked.
Pumped. I love to see the celebration straight away, Lynchy.
It's always good in the high jump. You got yourself a little platform.
And that is Tim Dodd.
Tim Dodd.
I think he's in, but look at that. He's well and truly into PB territory there.
Oh, definitely.
All smiles.
Dodd, good high jumping name.
Yes.
Chris Dodd.
Yes.
223 high jumper.
Yep. Central Coast. And New South Wales, what can they do?
Oh,
just didn't quite get the takeoff right there. Bar at 181.
We're going to stick on these field events. There's a little bit of a delay on the track at the moment, so we'll stick with the field. There's plenty happening though, so there's another good attempt in the triple jump. Yeah,
and we've got another picture from Ashley Aresh She's used the hashtag AJAC115. She says, great to watch my old teammates at AJAC15 on live stream. Go ACT. There hasn't been enough support for ACT yet.
That's a close-knit family, the ACT team.
Yeah. So there
they all know each other very well.
And there it is.
Like she's got a double screen going on.
She does, yeah, that's how you do it. Well, she's got the start list on one and the live stream on the other. They're pretty clever, these kids these days.
That's the way to do it.
That is the way to do it. We recommend that's the way to do it.
It definitely
That with free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, if you've got three, you could put another screen up there.
So taking live athletics coverage to new frontiers here.
It's the next level.
They're talking drones soon, Lynchy.
Oh, I've heard rumours of drones. I've heard live stream drones even.
That would be great.
Wouldn't mind a bit of that.
Well, I think the logical progression from here is the live stream blimp.
The blimp, just a hover above the stadium.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You and I could have a bit of cheese and crackers up there.
Oh, it'd be beautiful.
Lovely. Bring back the blimp. All right, our next event here in the hurdles. And the Queenslander looking pretty good here early, Lynchy. But WA fighting back. Really
getting right over those hurdles, and looks like he's going to start to pull away, even with smashing that last hurdle. Those first three over the line. 14.90. Comfortable from...
That's Christian Devon.
Devon from...
Not from Queensland.
From Queensland.
I want to say Devonport. But no, he's a Queenslander.
So we might be seeing... That looks like that's one of the first heats of the under-18s.
That's right, Lynchy, yeah. So that's heat one of the under-18s.
And we might see Brandon Harrigan up very shortly.
He's got the rest of the field covered for the seed time.
Quite a lot.
The only one into the sub-14, so 13.71 the time we've got in front of us here.
So all he has to do is just win the final, and he's automatically going to Colombia. Did my research on Colombia the other day, and it's pronounced Colombia instead of Columbia, so... get that O after the L.
As far as I'm aware, Lynchy, the first time Colombia, and specifically Cali, has hosted a World Youth Championships.
Oh, really?
I think so.
That would make sense, yeah.
Yes. So, has anyone been there? Who's been to Colombia? Colombia. Who's been to Cali in particular? Here's the high jump. Unfortunately not to be. Yeah, I want to hear. Write us a letter.
Yeah,
send us a
tweet.
Even if
you've known someone who's even just been anywhere in Colombia. But there we go, heat 3. Brandon Harrigan in lane 6. That's the name to watch. But can't discount these Kiwis that come over.
Keep popping up, Lynchy.
Felix McDonald, Macca.
Are they the 9th Australian state or territory? I'm sure they'd love us saying that.
Definitely. They're a bit like ACT. They're just part of New South Wales.
We love to have the Kiwis on board. I know there's plenty watching.
And they really do. They had their Open Championships actually the other week.
That's right. Not great weather. It was in Wellington.
That sounds like every New Zealand meet.
Pretty harsh weather, I know, for at least day one. But I especially was impressed by some of the prizes that the gold medalists were getting as well.
I did see them. They looked very, very tempting to win.
Yeah. So you can go and win the medals at your own championships, and then come over here and have another dip.
Yeah, win more medals.
Now looking forward to seeing. Harrigan, what he's got in here. I'm getting confused with Big Paul Harrigan. Rugby League
don't know how he would go over the hurdles.
He would just go straight through, I'd say, the Big Chief.
So, I think so.
If you're not sure what we're talking about, that's a rugby league reference.
All those Queensland and New South Wales viewers, they should know what we're talking about. Maybe a few ACT viewers. But here we go. Another attempt at 184. Ooh. Still got one more jump left for Dodd. But they're on the blocks now at the moment in the third heat of the hurdles. Look out for lane 6. And here he is, starting to really pull away from the rest of the field. Looks like he's just taking a little bit easy on these athletes, but just showing them up. Yeah. 14.08, minus 1.6 headwind. Jared Twigg there in second from New South Wales. He's actually going up an age. So he can still compete in the under-18 next year. He's just putting himself up there for a bit of extra competition. So that's always good to see. 14:07 officially. So all he has to do is just win. Win this afternoon, and he'll be going to Cali.
Yeah, well, it's as simple as that. A class above there, you'd have to say, Lynchy.
Definitely.
In that race. But he's got a busy program ahead of him, so...
So we are getting spied on, it looks like.
Oh, look out. Who's taking photos of us? Western Australians. They're all on their phones.
Team WA. Whoever runs the social media for Athletics WA.
Are you watching the live stream? There you go. They're right next to us. They're watching it in a way that other people aren't getting to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. But there it is. Hashtag AJAC15, AJAC.
Great to have your company today. Slightly cloudy and occasionally sunny conditions here in Sydney.
Very occasionally.
Light breezes and a bit humid, it must be said as well. But look, the buzz is building here. It's only day 2 and it's a 5-day championships. And it's great to have your company. Let us know where you're watching from. Jump in on Twitter or Instagram. Post us a letter, Lynch. It'll arrive by the time these champs are finished.
It will, yeah. We actually got our flags delivered pretty quickly, so I think if you send us a letter to Old School,
Robbo and Lynch at Sydney, it'd make it, I'd say.
PO Box something, Sydney Olympic Park. But they're just out there moving the hurdles around. We're going to be starting the women's under-20s. Very, very shortly. 13 starters in that one, and probably one to look for would be Katrina Hunt, who World Junior semi-finalist last year at Eugene. So she'd be probably the big favourite there to take that out.
Yeah, it's exciting, Lynch, to see some of our athletes that competed and did very well over at the World Junior Championships in Eugene last year. I know Matt Denny returns this year.
3 golds last year.
Amazing. And look, I can tell through his social media posts, he's quite emotional about this being his last ever juniors.
Yeah, he's had a good junior career.
Look, and forget juniors, he's been carving it up in the senior ranks recently on the tour and starting to give the likes of Julian Ruck, our second-ranked distance thrower of all time, a bit of a scare.
Ruck looks nervous, I think, these days.
Sydney Olympic Park. Get into life.
And we're back on. Thank you to Destination New South Wales. It's the place you want to be for the next, even just for the next 5 days, but it's the place you want to be just in general, I think.
Plenty to check out. Yeah, Lynchy, I'm originally from the north coast of New South Wales, a beautiful part of the world. I refer to it as God's country. Do yourself a favour, the likes of Byron Bay, Lismore, Ballina, even Coffs Harbour. Beautiful. Like there you go and see the big banana.
Oh. And
then come on down to Port Macquarie, Foster, and then you're in Newcastle. Make sure you stop in there, and then down to Sydney. And I haven't even started on the south coast.
What about you? Just skip the Central Coast, though. I see.
Oh yeah, look, I often do that. Tell me about the Central Coast, Lynchy.
It's beautiful.
Is it worth it?
I'm just about to move to Terrigal Beach, so
I'm coming to your place then.
It's not a
Central
bad
Coast.
spot.
It's a hidden gem. I didn't want to tell the world about it because I didn't want to make it too busy for you.
Thanks.
Now here's the women's 100-metre hurdles under 20. This is heat 1. And Katrina Hunt, as you mentioned there, Lynchy, well, she's in the thick of it. And we just see flashed up on the board, their women's hammer.
New South Wales going 1-2. Excellent work there in the 16 girls hammer throw.
There you go. Congratulations, Taylor Jobson taking out the gold there. Domini Holland, also from New South Wales, and Michaela Horan rounding out the podium there and taking a bronze for the WA team. So there we have.
Keep your eyes on the light blue in the centre there. That's Katrina Hunt. She should really take this out, and she should be favourite for the final later on this evening. A few more hurdles to come after this, the 17 women and the 18 women. And then we'll be over to the 200 metres to see the heats in the 17-18s.
Quick tweet here from Heather Jarvis. Loving the live stream at AJAC15. Hashtag Summer of Us. Hashtag Vicks do it better. They're not leaving us alone.
No, they're not.
What do they do better? What
keeps,
specifically do they do better?
Hashtags at the moment.
Talk themselves up?
Yeah, talk themselves up. They're good at that.
Oh, extremely good. Proven.
Maybe check your Instagram at the moment. Nick Wall, we can see he looks like he's taking a few Instagrams.
Coach Wolsey.
But the athletes down on the blocks.
I know which hashtag he'll be using.
Yeah.
All right. Hunt, on paper, looks to be the one to beat here from New South Wales, starting in the middle.
And as always, lightning start from Katrina Hunt. Very, very quick over those hurdles. And, yeah, really just pulling away from the rest of the field. Dominant displays, not taking it easy on these athletes. Victorian on the outside, Elizabeth Heading, but 14.31, minus 1.1. And great hurdling there. Elizabeth Heading from Victoria taking second place. And looks like Nicole Maynard from Queensland getting the third place. Not sure how many heats. Looks like 2 heats, so that'll be first 3 automatic. And then the next 2 fastest times going straight to the final. Officially 14.31 for Katrina Hunt and 14.66 for Elizabeth Heading from Victoria. And it looks like that could be a PB. 14.99 was her seed time and 14.66 in that heat. A lot of these juniors really, they do turn up in shape for these championships. They're very good at peaking at the right time, and I know a lot of, well, you might hear some cheering in the background. There's WA getting the bronze medal in that women's under-16 hammer throw. But New South Wales going 1-2. Maybe New South Wales do it better.
Yeah, well, they might do. Yeah, no, that's Horan from WA there, and Holland in the silver medal position. Isn't it great to see the original Sydney 2000 Olympic dais being used here, Lynchy?
People have stood on that. Kathy Freeman, Maurice Green, Michael Johnson,
Sonia O'Sullivan,
Hayley Gabriselassie, all on that gold medal podium. Tatiana Grigorieva's been on that silver, Jai Tarima. And here we go. So there's the results in the women's hammer throw that was at the warm-up track. Rochelle Vidler from Queensland taking it out, 46.76. Julia Doreen from Tasmania, 45.17. Tassie Tosser, possibly. And Isabella Simonelli from Victoria, 42.09. They're your first 3 in that women's under-15 hammer throw.
And Lynchy, we've got an exclusive insight here into one of the local Sydney schools at Trinity Grammar School, and young sprint star Rowan Browning. Well, he's not getting a lot of work done today. He's at school. Got my mate hooked up on the live stream. Hashtag AJAC15. Hashtag Summer of Earth.
Let's hope he's using the Trinity Grammar Wi-Fi.
Oh, surely. It's high speed too.
I reckon they've got I think they've got the National Broadband Network going at Trinity.
High speed broadband, high speed sprinters. I don't mind telling you.
Well, he'll be out here on Saturday in the 100. Him and Trey Williams. What a showdown that's going to be.
The under 20s 100 metres. I can't wait. I don't think I'll sleep for a couple of days.
I could talk about 100s all day.
A couple of nights. But here we go. This is the hurdles. And it's heat 2 of the women's under 20s.
There's Ashton from New Zealand. She's going to get the best of the start. Carla Tachi on her outside, but it looks like Ashton from New Zealand and Tachi from New South Wales, they're going to take out the first 2 positions. It's a battle for that third automatic spot. Looks like the Victorian, Koso, she'll take that third spot. 66, minus 0.9 for Ashton from New Zealand. Unofficially, Tachi from New South Wales getting the silver. Sorry, silver, the second place.
Lynchy giving out the medals already.
Sorry. Sorry.
Very generous up here in the comm box. All right, well done. Well, Lynchy, you mentioned the warm-up track, and we might even get a little bit of a look into some of the action that's happening out there. We're going to get a camera sorted out there, but Lynchy, I'm going to vacate the commentary box for a short period of time, and I'll be back shortly.
That's right.
You reckon you'll manage?
I think I can do something.
All right. Well, mate, you might find a special guest to join you. Who knows? Might be
Maybe.
floating
I've
around.
got some results to go through as well.
All right, well, I'll leave it with you. I'll chat to you soon.
So, earlier today, the men's under-15 shot put. Jander Murray-Stewart from New South Wales taking it out 14.08. Jacob Church from the ACT 13.60. And the bronze medal from New South Wales, Kevin Yang, 13.06. Jander Murray-Stewart took the gold at the under-14s shot put at Adelaide. So he's definitely continuing his great shot putting by taking out the next age group at the Australian Junior Athletics Championships. So next up on the track we have the under-17s. In the women's 100-metre hurdles, so we're going to have the under-17s, then the under-18s. They just do the final adjustments to the hurdles. So we've got a big full field here. And some more results from earlier today. The men's under-17 discus throw. Connor McLaughlin from Queensland taking it out 53.89. Nick Frost from New South Wales 49.46. And Jack Payne from Queensland 46.89. Now that was one of the discuses that was supposed to be held last night. They didn't get through enough rounds, so they came back today. And tough work for those guys, but they've still got it done. Still some big throws out there, so it's good to see them come back the next day and have another toss, another spin in the circle. But just athletes going through their first run-throughs over the hurdles, get a little bit of a feel of the track. It could be the first time being out here at Sydney Olympic Park. And there we are, we've still got the women's pole vault. The bar at 3.15. First attempts for some of these athletes in the under-17s. And maybe later we might be able to get a chat with one of the pole vaulters yesterday, Philippa Hajdaz, who qualified for Colombia. So I've already had two athletes, two Victorians, grab their automatic spots for the World Youth Championships later this year. We might be able to see a few more today. There we go, Twitter from Shannon O'Dempsey. In capitals and underline, Vic's do it better. So it's just getting worse and worse. Wish we were competing. Matt De Bruin, I think he came second last year in the under-20s 110-metre hurdles. Matt De Bruin went to World Juniors. But yeah, beaten by a New South Wales athlete in that race. So on that time, New South Wales did do it a little bit better. But up on the scoreboard, there we go. It's the starters in Heat 1. Oh, we're doing the under-18s first. So Danielle Shaw, she is one of our World Youth qualified athletes. She's got one qualifier at the moment. So what she needs to do, she needs to grab herself another qualifier either right now in the heat or later in the final and win. And she's booked her spot. So a little bit different for her. She has to do another qualifier. The qualifier is 13.73 and she's got a 13.52 to her name. So if she can duck under that 13.73 and then take out the final later on, she'll book her spot. The youth athletes need two qualifiers next to their name before they can get selected for the World Youth Championships. So Danielle Shaw in lane 5 from Victoria will be the favourite in this race. There we go. It's always an excellent shot straight down the field there in the hurdles. Ooh. Well, let's hope that was just a bit of unsteadiness, but we may see a red card, unfortunately. We'll see what the officials having a little bit of a chat out there. She's already walking off herself. Just wait till they give you the good support shown there from the rest of the competitors. But it's unfortunately a red card for Zara from Victoria. Zara Keka, unfortunately. Oh, she's back in. So she put herself through all that stress and she wasn't disqualified. So that's probably why I should wait till you get told. Don't just walk off. Tricked me. Probably going through her mind at the moment. A few of the athletes sitting in the blocks there. No one wants to get disqualified, but there's Danielle Shaw. Good hurling from the New Zealander as well. Phoebe Edwards, but Danielle Shaw, she needs that 13.73 again. Let's see if she can get it. And, well, there it is. The Victorians go wild. She might have her second qualifier there. Unofficially 13.73. That's right on it. Let's wait for that official time. Minus 0.8 headwind. 13.70. She's got her second qualifier. All she has to do is win this afternoon, and she is on the plane. No other athlete has a qualifier in this hurdle, so it's all hers at the moment. But well done. Done it when she needed to, and in the heat. Good hurdling. 14.08 for second place for the New Zealander. Not sure what their World Youth qualifiers are. They're actually usually a little bit harder than ours. But good work, pushing the athlete all the way. There's Rowan Browning. Cheers for the shout-out. The boys are getting keen. School Wi-Fi. And yes, at the NBN. Rowan, why aren't you in any of these photos? You need to sneak your head around there, but looks like you've got all the boys. Obviously, a free period, I have to say. Doesn't look like you're doing much work there at school today. So obviously, probably in the library studying. But good use of the hashtag AJAC. Rowan, we'll see you getting a bit of study, and then we'll see you on Saturday. Unless you're doing a 200. But there we go. As the high jump we saw before, Timothy Dodd, 181. Angus Clark, 179, getting the silver. And Harrison Menon from New South Wales, 175, taking out the bronze medal. They're your medalists in the men's under 15 high jump. It's always good to get a nice, quick spot. Grab those beanbags nice and fast. Here we go. Heat 2 in the women's under 18. Rachel Pace, one of our representatives at the Youth Olympics last year in the 100-metre hurdles. So she'll be looking for a very quick time under her belt, but could be pushed by a couple of those Victorian hurdlers as well. Ooh, a bit of a flinch there from Pace in the centre. Not what you are taking a cut out of the book from the first heat there. A little bit of unsteadiness at the start. Maybe we should wait around to see. It's a green card, so that's all right. Not a warning at all. Just a bit of nervous energy. She's seen a World Youth qualifier go in the first heat. So she wants one of her own. Or maybe she saw it was a 0.9 headwind and she didn't want to run. There's a clean start there. Pace in the centre. And the Queenslander on her outside, Womersley getting the best of start. Moochie from Victoria as well. Moochie looks like she could be closing very fast at the end. It's going to be Victoria taking it out. 14 flat. And Womersley from Queensland getting second, and Pace taking the other automatic spot. But Moochie, she could have snuck under that She's on 14 flat at the moment, unofficially. Let's see if it can dip down. It'd be nice to get a sub 14-second run. And there it is, 13.98. So she's moved into favourite for the silver medal. Vic could go 1-2 here. 14.07 for the Queenslander, just quicker than the New Zealander. And a 0.7 headwind. So it's very consistent at the moment. As we see the pole vault bar is up to 3.25. Meet record for this age group, 3.80 metres. So that's some big heights. Not just a run through, not really jumping. As we see the officials fixing up some of those hurdles out there, ready for the under-17s. So it looks like the under-17s men's shot put's finished. We'll wait to see who took that out when they come up there for the podium. There's a couple of New Zealanders in there as well. Fair few Queenslanders. So it's starting to turn a bit more track than field as it was earlier. There's a Queensland athlete on the runway right now. And just a little tickle of the bar on the way over. First attempt. Still got 2 more to go. In the women's under-17 pole vault. Just turned in. You're flying solo for the first 2 days, Matt. If so, good luck to your vocal cords. I flew solo for 4 days last year, so I think 2 days I could handle. But Robbo's just ducked over to the warm-up track. There are some events over the warm-up track. So he's there to capture some events, and he'll be back helping me today. Mossy's going to join us on Friday, and Wurmy will be here with us. But here we go. This is the first heat in the women's under-17. 100-metre hurdles, and it looks like another Victorian Reynolds in the centre. Another Victorian on the outside too. Victoria's going to go 1-2. Taking out 3rd place in that. First 3 should go through to the final. 14.35 with a minus 1.2, so a little bit stronger the wind. There it is. Reynolds, followed by Owen. And Tara Campbell from New South Wales. Bit of hammer throw going on in the cage at the moment. Looks like it's the men's under-16s. Got starters in that. Bradley Butler, Liam Campbell, Mitchell Fakete, Nicholas Gilbert, James Gravina, Alexander Koleshnikov, Sasha Lumakovsky, Zayden Minslow, Jonathan Mommers, Benjamin Petrie, Lewis Thompson and Riley Thompson. So 12 starters in the men's under-16 hammer throw. And we've still got some triple jump. Or is that finished? There's the Queensland team. All the masseuses are out there. Physio's only the best for these juniors. Got to make sure they're all firing. And there's they've picked some good spots out there. So we're underway. Looks like just in the sector. Around that 35-metre mark. We get ready on the track for Heat 2 of the women's under-17 100-metre hurdles. There's our starters. A couple of names a little bit too long for our scoreboard. There's that shot again, straight down the hurdles. A beautiful shot. Clean start and very quick start from the Queenslander in the centre there, Samantha Johnson. She's really streaking away from the rest of the field. The other Queenslander on the outside, Murphy Knight, and the Victorians closing very fast on her inside, but looks like Samantha Johnson, 14.72. The wind down a little bit, only a 0.1 headwind. So it's nice conditions as the boys over the back straight get ready for the 200 metres. We're going to see some fast sprinting, I think, out there. There's Samantha Johnson, officially 14.70. And in second place, 14.82 for Abby Badrock. And then Jamila Murphy-Knight, the Queenslander, 15.05. Probably the first three to go through automatically to the final later on this evening. Officials working very, very fast at the moment to get those hurdles off the track so we can get those 200s underway. There's our hashtag AJAC15, AJAC15, and use Summer of Aths. Show us where you're watching. Tell us who you're going for. Maybe there's someone we've missed. Maybe there's someone you definitely want to see we can talk about. Give us a shout out. We'll give you a shout out. Shout outs for shout outs. So, joined again by Robbo. Where have you been?
Yeah, thanks very much, Lynchy. Look, I went over to the warm-up track, have a bit of a look at what's happening over there. And I'll tell you what, it's muggy out there.
Yeah, I can see some beads of sweat dripping down. Lucky you got the sweatband on.
Yeah, it's okay up here in the air-conditioned commentary box.
Oh, yeah.
But no, you can feel the steaminess coming out of the ground, a lot of humidity, and after that big storm last night, as we see here in the pole vault, not quite to be. But there's a group of discus throwers over there getting very excited, and that's the women's under-18 discus.
That's a good discus, that one.
And I remember watching the All Schools, here at New South Wales All Schools. Samantha Peace doing very well on that, and she's the favourite in that event. She's from New South Wales. She's got a seed of 48.14 metres, and I just had a quick chat to Sam then. She's very confident and feeling very excited about the competition. And there we go, as we wave down. That's where we are. We're up here basically just a little bit past the finish line, up at the top of the stand. So I don't know if they've got the air conditioning working. There's the VPA boys. Give us a wave. And Blakey on the camera. Great work. Hardest working live streaming team
in Australian athletics.
Yeah, easily. So, yeah. But no, mate, it's hot work, so...
Yeah, well, Samantha Peace, 5 World Youth qualifiers she has.
Yeah. So
she's just got to win.
Just got to win, and she's there.
Now, while you were gone, Danielle Shaw, she had 13.52 to her name already. She needed one more, and she got the qualifier in the heat again.
Oh, wow.
So now she's got 2 qualifiers. All she needs to do is win the final. She ran 13.70 in the heat. So that's 2 to her name. She's got to win the final, and she's going.
Really strengthening her case. And Lynchy, just to be clear, is it a requirement that you do need to run 2 qualifiers?
You do need to run 2 qualifiers.
Yep.
So it needs to be from 2 different meets as well.
Okay.
It can't be in the heat and the final. That's just counted as 1 qualifier.
Yep.
So we've already got a list of those athletes who have already got their qualifiers before here. So some have 2, some have 1. So some need to win and do a qualifier, while others just need to win. It doesn't matter what they do. So there's a few in different boats. Unlike juniors last year, where the world junior athletes, the under-20s, just needed to do 1 qualifier or win and do a qualifier. It's a little bit harder for the youth. We'd like to see them a little bit more consistent when they're in the under-18 age group, so that's why they're required to do 2 different qualifiers.
And obviously this is a selection trial for the Commonwealth Youth Games in Samoa as well.
That is correct.
Later in the year, so
it's all discretion.
And nominations for that as well, Lynchy, which I believe nominations close for that on the 17th of March. So if you're listening to this or you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, I know someone, or you are an athlete that would like to nominate, make sure you do jump onto the Athletics Australia website.
You might just bust something huge out here and you're like, well,
Samoa.
I can't get the World Youth because I didn't do 2, but hey, there's some athletes here who might just do 1 qualifier and they're like, well, I could just go to Samoa.
No matter what championships you make it to, we've got that flag here.
We do have
and start that process of getting you used to that country. As we see here, unfortunately, another unsuccessful attempt in the women's pole vault.
I've got to ask, what was the Qatar flag for? What meets that one for?
IPC World Championships.
Excellent.
In September.
So we do have a few para-athletes competing here this
October.
weekend.
Yes. Yeah,
I noticed Samoa, Korea for World Unis.
Yep.
There could be a couple athletes here trying to get to World Unis in the under-20 age group.
Mm-hmm. I'm just seeing there on the screen the results of the under-17s shot put.
New Zealand again.
Well, don't they love putting the shot over there?
They do. The Valerie Adams effect.
When you're from the same country as Valerie Adams, I imagine that's just what they do.
Well, they could be related. She has 7 or 8 brothers and sisters, I think.
Big family.
And I think she's probably the shortest, actually, in her family. They've got an average height of, I think, 6'7".
Well, a big shout out to Valerie and all her extended family.
Yeah, Steve Adams, who's playing in the NBA for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Wow.
One of her brothers.
Wow.
He's the starting centre with Kevin Durant. So he's in good company over there, and he's actually a very good player. Don't think he can shot put as far as Valerie, but...
No relation to former West Indian batsman Jimmy Adams. Used to field in close.
Probably not.
Right.
So over on the start line, we have Heat 1 of the men's under-17, 200 metres. So we could see some very, very fast 200s at the moment. There it is on your board.
I managed to walk past the hailstorm on my way over to the practice track.
How did it look? Was it the calm before?
Yeah, had the headphones on. He was in the zone.
I wonder what he's listening to. Good start there from Alec Newen. But on the outside, the Victorian, Cameron Searle, very, very quick. Carving around that bend, and he's going to lead into the straight. Looks like Alec Newen on the inside, second with the WA. We're getting bit cheering for Nathan George, but Cameron Searle well under control, having a look around, checking out the feet. He's going to cruise 22-24 into a 1.9 headwind. Not ideal sprinting conditions, but has he got a headband on?
Yes.
He does.
Word's got out.
It's worked well. He has got a bit of hair there, so he needs to tie that down. 22-24, 1.9 headwind. So nice work there from Cameron. Really just stamped his authority on the bend there and just held everyone back. Plenty left in the tank. I think he's on for, if we get a little bit of a tailwind later on, he's on for a 21-5, I think.
Yeah. Great start in the 200s there. Crowd, they lifted a notch there, didn't they, Lynchy?
They did. Oh, we're in Camp WA at the moment. We're in Swan territory.
So if the Swans are doing well, you'll hear about it.
That's right. Honk, honk. Do you know what a collective group is called?
Tell me.
It's a bevy.
Of course it is.
So we are in a bevy at the moment, a bevy of Team WA. Hashtag bevy.
Of course it is.
Or a wedge if they're flying. But I don't think they're flying at the moment. There it is, official results. Alec Newen ran twice and came second twice. So there we go, he's deleted. Alec Newen taking out second place there, 22.90, but Cameron Searle, 22.24. Unless we see something special in this second heat, I'm putting him as favourite for the final later on. As we look over the hammer throw. Looks like that's out there over the 45-metre mark. Good shot of the Athletics New South Wales flags there, always in the way, in a good way. Heat 2 in the men's under 17 200 metres, about to get in the blocks. Six starters in this race, there it is. Hugo Whitehead, I'm going to call as the favourite in this race before it runs. Ran a very good race last weekend, so he's in close to sub-22 shape. Let's see what those other athletes can do. Hugo Whitehead getting a very good start. Victorian on the inside, O'Connell running well as well. But Hugo Whitehead is going to lead the field into the straight. O'Connell really fighting back, but Hugo Whitehead in the 2xU kit, just easing up towards the finish line. 22.45, 0 wind. So a little bit gusty out there. Definitely a lot left in the tank. Good contrast with the red and the blue there at the same time. Looking very good in the 2xU kit. Unofficially 22.45, minus 0 wind. Matthew O'Connell, 23.00, taking out second place from Victoria. But looks like Caelan Shaw really stamped his authority in that first heat. And he'll be favourite going into the final later on.
As you can see here, the crowd building Lynchy. It's only day 2. But
some people probably haven't even turned up yet. They haven't even flown in.
No. No, that's right. I'm expecting it will build and build up to the weekend. A bit like a test match, I guess. You don't always get the biggest crowds early on.
Day 2, day 3 usually get up there.
Yeah. But certainly a bit of breeze down there, trackside.
Probably need it the way it, when you came back dripping.
Yes, yeah.
Probably need that breeze.
Yeah, it might freshen up, sea breeze a bit later on in the afternoon, and we'd love it to turn around a bit too, Lynchy.
Nice tailwind.
Push these sprinters along. It might turn in the next 10 minutes.
So heat 3 here. Tom Gammy was in the hurdles earlier today.
So there we go. Up here in the commentary box, it's got everything you need. Basically, Lynchy, open air. A good chance to have a look at the states here. So we've got every state. Let's pick one at random. What's this one here?
Oh, that's Western Australia.
Easy.
The Swan.
All right, let's pick another one.
No, that's the only one I know.
All right, what about this one?
New South Wales.
Who are we talking about there?
Is it? I have no idea.
Tasmania.
Okay.
Know your flag. So you're getting an education. If you're
I am.
If you're at school or uni, you're getting an education here today.
If you're studying flagology.
All right, last one.
You should know all these.
Last one.
Oh, that's definitely South Australia.
There you go. Well
good.
played. All right.
Just
Lynch is progressing
guessing there.
He's progressing well. All right, men's 200 under 17s. This is your third heat. Richardson, Beattie, McCarthy, Caesar, Gammy, and Moran. Cody Beattie's been doing some good things recently. I've been following him. He had a good run over there at the Jandakot City Track Classic in Perth.
Jandakot.
And they're away. I'll back Beattie in here, Lynchy.
Well, that looks Jacob Caesar running very well as well, but Callum McCarthy, he's going to lead into the straight. The Queenslander, little bit on the line, but Victorian Caesar.
That's the WA supporters.
Cody Beattie's coming back.
He had
22.88, minus 2.8. unfortunately, if we saw a replay of that, McCarthy didn't really run in his lane around the bend. So I think if those officials...
So you're a commentator and an official now, Lynchy.
Yeah, I think if the officials are pretty on that, he was a little bit in the lane inside, so I think he might find himself with a red card later on. I'm not making the call.
No. Well, the officials watch this, so just be careful.
So just around the bend, if you keep an eye on the Queenslander in the centre.
So the Adidas replay.
Here we go.
Queenslander, you got away well, and the Victorian as well.
He did, but if you keep an eye on the Queenslander, as we come around the bend here, all over that white line. He's not even in his lane at the moment. And I think those officials are going to pick that up, and he might find himself with a red card, unfortunately. Outside your lane, on the outside.
Not inside,
but not inside. Even just a step on the white line could see you disqualified. So,
treading a fine line there.
That's the idea. You want to get as close as you can without going over. So I'm not sure what they're going to do, but he might find himself, unfortunately, with a red card.
Now, Lynchy, this is the women's pole vault still going on. Tell you what, you need to be patient following the women's pole vault.
You do.
It can go for a couple of hours, this comp.
And they usually get out there with about, I think their warm-up time is 70 minutes.
So 3:45 I can make out the bar is at the moment. And this looks like Victorian athlete.
Let's go through all our paperwork. We've got a lot here.
She comes in here now. And not to be on this one.
There's a couple there.
We'll get back to you there, Lynchy. I'd almost just made that. Hey, Mr. Dave Robbo. Matt Lynch, look to your left. We looked to our left, and who did we see? Melbourne. We'll have to get a camera onto that as well. Natty Beckenham, they're all here. Well, I'll tell you what, if they're not busy, we might have a break, Lynchy, and get these guys on board, do some commentating for us.
That'd be all right.
There they are. You can almost see if Matty Beckenham shaved his legs there. I don't think he has.
He's not competing anymore.
He might have if he'd known he was going to be on camera.
There's nothing more aerodynamic than when you're coaching.
And Mel Bream, we look forward to seeing her. Another big matchup with Sally Pearson Saturday night, 100 metres.
A couple of athletes getting in the zone there under the tent. But heat one. Harrigan. Is he out there? He is out there. He's just done the hurdles. So this is exciting. We've got 3 athletes who have qualifiers. They've all got more than 2. Harrigan. We're at 21:17. It's champs the other weekend.
Yes.
Jordan Shelley and Jack Hale, of course. But Russell Tabe as well. He's no slouch. He can run a 200.
Lynchy, with the depth we're seeing here, these guys aren't only posting qualifiers. We're hoping they're going to get a ticket on the plane over to Cali. But once they're there, with the form that they have been in,
I wouldn't be surprised if they get up there.
They can do some very, very exciting things.
So Harrigan has 2 qualifiers. He's got 3 qualifiers actually already. As they get underway, he's just done the hurdles about probably an hour ago. And look at that bend. Staying nice and close. Yep, he's in the middle of his lane. He saw the race before. And Harrigan streaking away. Russell Tabe, the Tasmanian, and Matt Grant from Queensland. But they're just turning it off. Easing as you like. 22 flat, minus 1.6. Showing some good shape there. And there he is, pretty confident.
Another tick in the box for Brendan Harrigan.
Just writing him off. Got a big program this weekend. I'm sure he's in a Queensland 4x1 as well somewhere. So Hale is in the same boat as Harrigan. All they need to do is win the 200 to get the ticket, the automatic ticket. Jordan Shelley has a 21:29. He needs to run the qualifier again and win the final to be able to do it. And it's 21:55.
You'd have to think, given the headwind there, Lynch, and the fact that they turned the motor off with 50 to go, 21:55 was...
not too far away. And like we said before, they know they turn up in shape. They turn up in shape.
So run me through, Lynchy, the selection. How many athletes are we able to take per event?
2.
Right.
So we'd love to take 3.
I wonder if we could get special permission.
To take 3?
Yeah.
It's
a shame.
I'll see what I can do. I'll talk.
It's a shame that one of Shelley, Harrigan or Hale has to miss out.
Yeah, well, and there's no 4x1.
Is there not?
No, it's a mixed 4x4, a male-female 4x4.
Oh, okay.
So normally there's a Swedish relay, a 1, 2, 3, 4. But this year they've gone for the mixed 4x4, which is very strange.
They do some interesting relay concepts at a youth level. I remember the Youth Olympics last year.
It was a super mixed, every country, 8x100 metre shuttle.
As we see on the board
what's
here.
that name in the middle there? I don't recognise that Tasmanian athlete.
Well, park your car in the garage, Lynchy.
It's going to be a hailstorm. So hope you got insurance.
Batten down the hatches. Check your insurance policy because here in Sydney, well, the sun is shining, but hailstorm is forecast and it's due to hit in about 3 minutes' time.
There is in lane 5. Jackson Miller-Gage on the outside. He was in that race in Adelaide, the decider. He finished 5th, actually. Pretty smart running from Jackson. And there he is, Hale. No lane 6. So we got almost all the states represented. ACT, Queensland, Tasmania, Victoria, New South Wales. So we've done very well. Still haven't spotted a Northern Territorian.
No, on the lookout. Hopefully we can have a chat with someone from the Territory.
Yeah, they're hard to find.
And what about this for Hale? We saw, Lynchy, you and I were commentating at the Hunter Track Classic late January. And, of course, he's a long jumper by trade, but he's taken to sprinting.
Yeah, well, the way that his hammy didn't pull up the best after the long jump.
After Hunter, yeah.
I think he might be steering away from the long jump.
Is he possibly getting some advice along those lines?
Yeah, I just wait till he probably gets a bit stronger. If you hurt yourself in the long jump, maybe just chill from the long jump.
Yeah.
But that's just me talking.
Yeah.
I just want to see him run super, super fast.
Of course.
Actually, looks like Jackson Miller-Gage there hasn't showed up, so Hale's going to have 2 athletes. There's a nice little hush around the crowd now as they can see Hale run. And as you can see, a ridiculously powerful start. Hale moving around. It is very, very quiet. All eyes are on the track.
Yes.
And Hale looks like he's switched off a little bit here. He's got the Queenslanders on his inside, Jonathan Taylor. But Hale just bouncing his way down the track. Queensland, he wants the win. But the first 2 are going to be automatic. And 22.35.
Well,
not sure.
Is that the...
Don't know what shape he's in.
Still don't know.
But very easy running. First 2 are automatic. If there's 3 heats, so... Well, actually, it looks like there was just 2 heats, so that's it. First 3 automatic. There's only 4 in the race.
So he was running that way there because he almost lost that second position there.
Yeah, so first 3, the girls are getting the blocks, so no Jordan Shelley. He's decided. It looks like he's going to concentrate on the 100. I guess he's seen he needs to, in a 100, he has 2 qualifiers, so he's fine with that. He's just got to win.
Well,
He's probably just taken a gamble on that, and he's just going to let the guys run all themselves out in the 2, come fresh for the 1. Looks like that's what's going on, but hard to really see what kind of shape Hale was in there, but hey, he got around uninjured.
Yes, yeah, first time at a big meet for a couple of months, so he'll be very happy with that. And I mean, as you said, we don't know quite what form he's in just yet, but he switched it off after about 110 metres. And Lynchy, just the fine print on the qualifiers there for Cali, the World Junior Championships, World Youth Championship, in Colombia, 15th of the 3rd. So that's Sunday.
That's right.
That's
so this is it.
Right.
This is the last chance, except for the multi-events. So I think it's the octathlon is for the men and the hep for the women. So we actually have a good form in the octathlon, with Jake Steen winning it in 2011. And I think actually setting a meet record while he was there. So good pedigree.
Loves the live stream as well.
He does.
Jackie,
he might be working here. He works for Sydney Olympic Park Athletic Centre. He works for SOPAC, so...
He's probably found a little corner to just park up the little trolley.
Yeah, the mule. Find a spot in the shade somewhere, you'd think. It looks like we're going to have the under 17 women's 200 metre prelims. Looks like to have 17 starters. So we may see 2 heats. First 3, next 2. Full field out there, 1 to 9. There's a sneaky New Zealander in there, so Georgia Hulls has the fastest time in the seed times, closely followed by Anana Adama Owusu Afriye.
Good pronunciation, Lynchy.
Said that name a couple of times.
Well done.
It is fun to say. But Georgia Hull from New Zealand in the centre of the field there, 22.42 next to a name. Looks to be the favourite in lane 6. Well, long hold there.
Always nervous moments, getting held up like that.
It is. You're just like, when is it going to go? And then when you start thinking that and it goes, you're not thinking about going. A lot going through the heads there. Just a bit of unsteadiness, I think. Maybe a couple of noises. Let's give him another shot. Robbo, you would have missed it earlier too in the 100. One of the girls, Victoria, thought she false started. Actually walked off.
All right.
Hugged the rest of her teammates. And then she was reinstated.
Oh.
So I don't think she actually was disqualified. She just thought she was. It was a bit emotional out there.
I wonder if the hug swayed the judges.
Yeah, they was like,
oh, she's so nice.
Oh, okay, you're back in.
Come on.
But yeah, she walked like a la Adam Gilchrist.
Wow.
But given not out, so she got reinstated.
And yeah, well, that's a nice little story there, Lynch.
Yeah. The things you miss.
As we see there, Jack Hale 22.82 and Jono Taylor 22.
He wanted that scalp. So now Jonathan Taylor forever has Jack Hale's scalp.
Yep.
Can't take that off him. He beat Jack Hale. Doesn't matter what Jack Hale does in the future. If he wins the Olympics
that's right.
in 2020,
yep.
Jonathan Taylor goes, I beat that guy.
Back on that day, I think it was the 12th of March, 2015.
Yeah, it was a misty day down at Sydney Olympic Park, I think. Beat Jack Hale. Doesn't matter what he does ever again.
Well, Lynch, to be fair to say, the hailstorm threatened there, but it didn't actually eventuate.
No, it was more just
you didn't really need to park
really
the car.
high clouds. It was just, yeah, everyone was just getting nervous and it didn't really happen, but it was foreboding. There we go, clean in those bright yellow spikes. Morgan Griffiths from New South Wales, Queenslander on her outside. But there's that classic New Zealander, Georgia Hulls, leading into the straight and really starting to pull away from the rest of the field. She does have the fastest seed time. And Amy Talcon from WA, we're in deep WA territory, but 24.75, minus 1.5 headwind. Georgia Hulls takes it out. There it is, unofficially. And Amy Talcon taking out second place. WA, 25.37. And it looks like Lily Bays taking out the third spot from Victoria, 25.63. The weather is consistent at the moment, which is probably what you want to see. You don't want to see anything too gusty. As long as it stays the one direction at the moment.
And if you're in Sydney or anywhere in New South Wales or Australia, drive or fly here, and there's plenty of time left to come down and enjoy it. Sydney Olympic Park, lots to see and do out here as well, Lynchy.
If you're late today, come tomorrow. There's plenty of food. A lot of this used to. It was a little bit desolate after the Olympics for a while, but it's really starting to build up, and it's got a great community atmosphere.
Even just to look across at the picture there, I remember when the Novotel was the only really high-rise building. Look at it all there now.
Novotel and Macca's. That was it.
It's become its own suburb now. Now look at this, Larissa Chambers working real hard, watching the AJAC 15, loving some of that's go Queensland.
Good setup.
There you go.
Got it
feet up
on the big screen.
Feet up. And look at the, yeah, that is a good setup there.
Not bad. She's obviously got the HDMI cables all set up, everything ready to go, and obviously, yeah, working very hard.
I want to know, is anyone watching using the Google Chromecast technology? I've been hearing good things about that.
I've never heard of it.
You've seen it, Lynchy? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, apparently it's red hot.
Okay.
And if anyone from Google's watching, yeah.
We'd like a job.
Feel free to come down and have a chat with us about partnering with the live stream.
So here we are, Heat 2. In the centre there, the favourite, Nana Adama Owusu Afriye, and she's just tearing past the athletes on the outside. She's already gone past lane 9. And she's definitely going to lead into the straight, long striding Victorian. Queensland, oh, it's a New Zealand athlete again. Lucy Sheet starting to close on the Victorian as they come in, but Casey Bedford in third. Owusu Afriye, 24.76, minus 1.8. New Zealand a second, and Casey Bedford looks to take out third place. There's a WA athlete with plenty of tape going on there. As the athletes shake each other's hands, they'll say, see you in the final. Catch you later. There's the official results. Nana Adama Owusu Afriye, 24.73. Lucy Sheet, 25.05. Casey Bedford, 25.57. First three are automatic to the final later on.
All right, time to have a look at
Destination New South Wales.
Sydney Olympic Park. Get into life.
And welcome back to Sydney Olympic Park. As you saw there, this is the place to be. Come out and join us. If you can't be here, well, the next best option is to do exactly what you're doing right now and tune in to the live stream.
That's right.
I'm joined by Lynchy. I'm Robbo, and Lynchy, we're a good way through the first session here on day 2. And, mate, it's been a big morning so far.
It certainly has. We've already had a World Youth Qualifier performance in the hurdles. Danielle Shaw got her second qualifier. She needs to do is win that final, and she's on the plane to Cali. We've already got 2 automatically going to Cali. That's a third Victorian. Over at the Walmart track, actually, Samantha Peace has 5 discus qualifiers. She just needs to win to get her spot. Women's high jump at 1 o'clock. We've got some athletes there, and 4:15, I think, is going to be the time. Oh, just a false start there in that pole vault. 3:55, the bar's up to. So it's really starting to get up there. But, yeah, 4:15 will be the men's 200-metre final. Now, we just saw Brendan Harrigan, after he ran the hurdles, coming out there for the 200-metre heat. And really just not sure if he got out of first gear. I think it was still in park. Jack Hale. And people might have their own opinions of Hale at the moment, but the crowd, the hush that came across this crowd was deafening. That's the hush. It was just silent.
They were bracing themselves, Lynchy, because people have seen and come to know and expect the hailstorm and the damage that inflicts, and so they weren't sure whether to brace themselves for a huge amount of damage. Unluckily, we were spared of too much damage this time.
We were. But the hatches were battened down. But
4 o'clock, expect the clouds to roll over in that hailstorm.
4:15, Harrigan actually has a faster PB than Hale in the 200.
Over the 2.
That's right. Even though Hale is so dominant in those 100s. We actually haven't seen Harrigan go head-to-head with Hale. Oh, they did actually run the 200. Harrigan was third
At
And
Adelaide.
Hale came second. I think Hale won. Matt Wood second. Harrigan third. So it's 1-0 to Hale. And this is their second matchup. Almost 3 months later. And we really probably haven't seen Hale perform since Adelaide, really. Hasn't really had a chance. He did hurt his hammy in January. But he's really looking forward.
Now, yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting this afternoon. We see some of our sponsors there. Lynchy, great to have those businesses all on board and those organisations.
Yeah, right in the middle there, you can see 2XU, proud supporter of athletics and Athletics New South Wales.
I'll tell you what, if you're here as an athlete and you've got a big program, compression, probably comes into play a bit, Lynchy.
Certainly.
You've been at that elite level. How important is the recovery and the use of these compression garments?
For a 5-day meet, very important to look after yourself.
So we're just waiting for the next bout of action to kick off here at Sydney Olympic Park. And the women's pole vault, Lynchy, is it going for 5 days?
I think so. It's like a test match. So everyone has a jump. That's the first innings. And then they come back the next day. It's a relay.
Unfortunately, the weather meant last night that a couple of the events had to be pulled up a bit earlier than they otherwise would have been. The pole vault there.
That's right. Yeah, they are some of the events. I think there must be a rule where if they complete 3 rounds, they can finalise it after 3 rounds. So a couple of the throws were stopped after 3 rounds. But yeah, the pole vault was called short, the under-18 women's. It's funny how there's some ebbs and flows on track and field. At the moment, there's not a lot happening in the track or the field. Where earlier it was just, we were inundated.
That's right. So now's a good chance if you do need to, get your toilet break in.
Yeah, that's right. Make yourself a sandwich.
Fix yourself a sandwich, have a cup of tea, do a few stretches. Remember to stand up while you're watching the live stream. That's important. Get moving. And we've got the final events coming up of this session.
I think we have the first round of the women's 200 metres, under 18. We'll have some para 200s. Some 200 hurdles, and then a bit of action in the field as well. And we might actually be able to grab some interviews later on too with a couple of those athletes who got seat 1A on the way to Colombia.
Yeah, is it a direct flight, Sydney to Cali?
Oh, definitely. Surely.
Three flights a day?
Always. I reckon we go...
You might have to be soon.
To LA, and then maybe to Miami.
I've not. Yeah, right.
And then down to... I'm just making that up, but...
I reckon you just go straight over Antarctica.
Oh, down.
Leave from Tassie.
That's straight across?
Yeah. Maybe you could tell us if there's any pilots watching. Tell us, how do we get to Colombia from
it is at the
Sydney Airport?
I hope no one's listening.
Oh, hammer stuck in the net.
Classic.
Look at that.
And it's always just out of reach of the officials, isn't it?
Those hammer throwers, they love a bit of hijinks like that.
Can we get it out? Oh, make sure it doesn't hit you, mate.
No, he's got his life at danger there. Destination New South Wales, where you can get a hammer stuck in a net.
That's right.
Well, this reminds me, look, there's New South Wales, a great place to go fishing. This reminds me a lot of, getting the ball bearing, the sinker stuck in the net. And, those trips where you're fishing.
Oh.
That's not coming out, Lynchy.
No, it's not. It's getting well shaken. I just hope they don't hurt themselves.
I think it should just stay there, really.
Well, it could be his own hammer. He might want to take that home with him. The more you look at it, guys, it's not going to come down itself. Maybe need a ladder. Why don't we learn a few things about Colombia?
Yes, Lynchy. Well, we'll figure out. I was just saying, if anyone knows how to get there, that'd be great. Let us know how we do fly there. But we'd like to...
It is at the northern end of South America.
North of South.
The north of the South. Yep. That's right. We'll probably be quizzing some of our athletes a little bit later about it. But did you know that Colombia is the second biggest exporter of cut flowers in the world, just behind the Netherlands?
I didn't.
Yeah. So they do have they are particularly well endowed with orchids. Plenty of orchids there. There's more varieties than any other country in the world, many of which cannot be found anywhere else. So big fans of orchids out there in Colombia.
Very good, Lynch. Good knowledge. That's just off the top of your head,
Just,
mate.
I just know so much about Colombia.
Great knowledge.
I really would like to go there, and it's the 4th biggest country in South America. It's the same size as France, Spain, and Portugal combined.
So who beats it? Brazil?
Brazil, and I'd have to say Argentina,
Chile.
Actually.
Anyway, we might be able to see if we can bring a map up. If you're doing geography today at school, we might be able to do that.
What a good excuse to just flick on the live stream.
Lynchy, while we're just watching there, what's that tent we're looking at?
So that's the call room.
Yep. What happens there?
That's where the athletes need to go so they can get told what lanes they're going to be in, check their bags, make sure they're not taking any contraband out like a phone or music or anything like that.
What if they want to watch the live stream?
Probably not the best idea to watch it while you're racing.
But what about on the walk? Like, you've obviously got to walk from the check-in to
unfortunately
the blocks?
not. The officials take all the phones and watch the live stream themselves.
They watch it.
They watch it.
I see what they're up to. All right, geography time. Here we go.
There it is. Now, if you look towards the middle a little bit, just next to the Pacific Ocean, there's a small city there, spelled C-A-L-I, Cali. And that's actually Peru that I was going to say before. That's one of the other biggest countries
So
there.
you're flying into Bogota, the capital?
Bogota.
Yep.
Yeah, it's surrounded by Panama, Venezuela, Brazil, Peru, and Ecuador. How you going?
Robbo.
Things.
So we got the first heat in the women's 200 metres under 18s. Clean start as they get away, coming around the bend. Who has got the best of the starts? It looks like Sofia Vergara from Victoria is going to lead the team into the straight. Beth Hogan from Queensland as well, but Sofia Vergara running very well. Another New Zealander in there, and an ACT athlete as well, Andrea Thompson. But Sofia Vergara, 24.79, minus 1.0. Very, very comfortable. Now, we have a special guest in, let's say, the studio in live stream headquarters. The winner of the women's equal winner yesterday with a New Zealander in the women's under 18 pole vault and securing their spot to Colombia. Philippa Hayes, how are you going?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Now, talk us through the pole vault last night. It was tough conditions.
Yeah, it was a bit bad, like with the lightning, and everyone was getting scared.
Scared? It was very crazy out there.
Freaking out.
So it's probably one of the worst events to do in a lightning storm, getting closer to the lightning as you jump. So how far through the competition were you before they had to cancel it?
Well, it was only my start height. So I only just come into the comp, but other people were competing before that.
All right, well, let's look this way because this is where the camera is. And you want to hold up our Colombia flag. There it is. So how many more jumps did you think you had left in the tank?
Well, I was jumping pretty well in the warm-up, so not too sure. But I thought I was going to jump all right that night.
All right, so have you thought about Colombia at all? Do you know anything about the country?
Not really.
Not really? Had you seen the flag before?
No, I haven't.
No, this is the first time. Luckily, that is the right way to hold it. So yellow at the top.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a few stats here. Did you know that Colombia has more fresh water than the United States and Canada put together?
No.
Exactly. So Colombia, it's a great place. It's got more it's got some of the best wildlife in the world. And I'm going to hold up a map here. This is a map of South America. It's a very small map, but where is Colombia?
Is it somewhere up here?
Okay, so you pointed directly to Colombia. Very good. Excellent work. But look at this here. We've got a zoomed-in version of Colombia. Where's Cali?
I'm just going to guess around here.
Oh, maybe a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
And down. And a little bit more down. And there it is. Oh, excellent work. Well done. So this is our first. Congratulations. A big clap to Philippa Hejaz in the women's under 18 pole vault. She's going to Cali in Colombia. Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, great work there, Lynchy.
That's Jacinta Beecher from Queensland and another Queenslander on the outside, Nicole Kay, but Jacinta Beecher take that at 24. Wind looks like it's starting to die down a little bit. Nice and relaxed. Maybe see some later on some great sprinting conditions, I reckon. But good to see Philippa. Very excited.
And pretty good geography there.
She knew straight away.
I think she'd been doing some sneaky study.
Yeah, she was lying. She knew where Colombia was. But I've got stats just coming out everywhere about Colombia all day. If you want to know more about Colombia, just talk to me.
Ask Lynchy. Well, we can use the hashtag Ask Lynchy. And if you want to learn about Colombia, he's your man.
I am. There's the official results there.
Walking encyclopedia, yes. Wind settling down a little bit there, which is good to see. But Beecher too good. And 24:36, her official time there. And the Vics, Lynchy, they tell us they do it better. Well, they've got one on the plane. Seat 1A.
They've actually, maybe we might be able to get her a little bit later. Jemima Montag. She was the next girl to book her spot.
1B.
Automatically, right next to Philippa. I hope they're mates.
Oh, they will be.
But Philippa very stoked, and scary pole vaulting conditions last night.
Yeah.
A lot of the girls a little bit worried. And
I mean, as you mentioned earlier, it's a scary enough event on its own, let alone throwing a bit of temperamental weather.
And when you're 3.5 metres up in the air, you are the tallest thing on the track.
Holding onto a pole.
Yeah, so
metal pole, yeah.
You don't want to be the largest thing in a lightning storm. But a little bit quiet on the track at the moment.
It is a little bit.
A little bit. Why don't we talk a bit more about Colombia?
Well, I can't see a reason why not.
Shakira.
Yes.
Is from Colombia.
Probably up there as one of the more famous Colombians.
I think worldwide, especially for this juniors crowd, I think Shakira. Hips don't lie.
She might sing she might perform, I expected, the opening ceremony.
You would think so.
And the anthem.
Could be joined by Sofia Vergara of Modern Family fame. Can't remember what her name is in the show, but...
Well, they're your big list Colombians.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I expect that'll be a big party, the opening ceremony.
I think it'll be a great meet. Like we said before, it's probably one of the most diverse countries in the world with their habitat. Plenty of orchids, as we learnt already, and plenty of fresh water.
Yes. Well, that's worth going just for those reasons alone.
Exactly.
Now,
I feel like orchids. Obviously, the Dutch team are going to have a big... If they have the most cut flowers and orchids, so they're big fans of Colombia, I think.
They're quick to bring it up.
There it is. Population...
84,000.
Is it really 84,000? That might be Colombia in America.
I think that's a city called Colombia. That's Colombia.
But looks like we've got some medalists down there. What do we reckon? What event?
Well, this looks to be is this the triple jump?
That's the pole vault.
Oh, good. They're finished.
So that could have been... Philippa was out there watching. That's why we got her over here just after the pole vault finish. So could be training partners.
Possibly training partners, yeah.
Victoria going 1-2. Obviously, Vic's doing it better than all other states. So Madeline Griffiths from South Australia, 3:25, taking out the bronze medal. And in the silver medal from Victoria, 3:35, Kate Falter. Congratulations to Kate. And taking out the gold medal, Olivia Cara from Victoria with a jump of 3.45 meters, which actually was the same performance that Philippa had last night before it was cut short. Very good jumping. High five there from the medal presenter.
Always great to see them handing out the bling, Lynchy. Special moment for these girls.
It is.
As they pose for the obligatory photos there now, and they'll be up on the wall at Mum and Dad's very shortly, I would imagine.
I think so.
So just a reminder, we'll be streaming each day for the remainder of the Australian Junior Athletics Championships.
That's right.
Trying to cram in as much of this running, jumping and chucking action as we can. We'll be going all the way up to 1:45 local time today, and then having a quick break, and then we'll be back for the afternoon session.
That's right. Up on the podium now, we have the medalists in the men's under-16 hammer throw. Victorian there, Liam Campbell, 53.30, taking out the bronze medal. And in the second place from New South Wales, 54.75, Alexander Koleshnikov. Quite a good last name there to say.
Great name, yes.
And taking out the gold medal, Queensland. Getting another gold on the board, Mitchell Fakete. With a big throw, 57.16. Well done. They are your medalists in the men's under-16 hammer throw. Now, big field events coming up very shortly. There was programmed in to have the 400 semis for the men's under-20s, but that was just some heats yesterday. So there might be a little bit of a gap on the track. We'll have some para 200-metre finals, some women's under-18 high jump, and some under-16 men's pole vault. And possibly some 200-metre hurdles finals. So that looks like the athletes warming up in the men's under-14 hammer throw, which will be starting in about 20 minutes. They're just getting out there. Oliver Courtenay from Victoria, Jordan Davis, Lachlan Dolson, Benjamin Larson, Sam Luff, Lachlan Ringrose. That name looks like it's too long for the thing, so we've got Hetherington Sarzuski, so that's just his last name, and Benjamin Voogd. Here we are live, Sydney Olympic Park, the home of the 2000 Olympic Games. This was the warm-up track for the Olympics, with everything happening in the main stadium next door, which is now the footy stadium. So now this warm-up track has its own warm-up track. And maybe one day that will be the main track and there'll be another warm-up track. So 4 tracks in a row. But definitely good to see a good long life, 15 years after the Olympics, and it's actually starting to really build up. There's a lot of construction going on. We've got the Olympic pool just next to us where Ian Thorpe just absolutely carved up. We've got the tennis centre, the hockey close by. The gymnastics was around here. Archery was here as well. You might even have noticed if you're driving around, the marathon line still exists around here. It gets repainted all the time. That blue line that took everyone through an awesome tour of Sydney. So it's good to see this really, well, compared to the Greek Olympic Stadium.
That's the one that I had in my mind, Lynch. Yeah, I remember seeing some very sad photos of the venues from the 2004 Olympics, and it just not much love at all.
No,
weeds and rubbish.
Looks very desolate.
So over in the hammer cage. They finally got that hammer down, Lynchy.
It looks like it. Well, I missed it.
We did miss that.
I wonder if they just shook it down or...
Yeah.
Maybe got the...
And you spoke about Cali before. Well, here we go. IAAF World Youth Championships. This is the official logo. And what I would like to know, Lynchy, is whether there is a mascot and what it is, what its name is. Can you get one?
There'd have to be. Has it got a Twitter?
Wow. You're not having a crack unless you've got a mascot and it's on Twitter.
That's exactly right. You're wasting your time.
And I'd say the hashtag will be Cali 2015, but we'll wait and see what the organisers say. But here's our hashtag. That's the one you need to be jumping on.
Doesn't it help having it in a place with a small name? Cali.
15. Oh, yeah.
It helps
so many
a lot.
extra characters.
Yeah, you get plenty to work with. It's smart.
That's probably why they had it there.
Yeah.
Bogota was a bit too long.
Just too long, and that A's got the little thing above it, and people are like, oh, where is it? How do I get that on my keypad? I'm trying to tweet. So a few athletes just in the warm-up throws over there in the under-14s. Bit of warming up going on at the moment. Nothing on the track just yet. But this is a good time to send us a tweet. Comment on the live stream. If you're watching it, sign in on YouTube. Have a chat to us. We'll give you a shout out if you want one. We're good for those. Even on Instagram, use those hashtags AJAC15 and Summer of Aths.
Saw a nice tweet coming in earlier. This was using the hashtag AJAC15 from Tim Rosen. He said, hey, Robbo, turn the giant aircon on behind the athletes in the finals. Enough of these headwinds. Well, he's a sprinter himself, Tim, and sympathetic to the needs and wants of the sprinters.
Rich coming from Victoria, where it's pretty much headwinds 24/7. So, you know.
That's what they do better, is it?
Actually, I see
Fix do headwinds better.
That's how under-18s discus throwers coming in. I see 3 New South Wales athletes going underneath, and Samantha Peace was in the centre.
Very good. Well, that can only mean one thing.
Big smile on her face.
Will she show the peace sign? I'm assuming that's for the podium.
Always.
So, world peace, peace on earth.
Peace to Cali.
Yes. Well, peace will be...
She could be... We don't know. We don't know the results
I don't know if it's a peaceful place or not. I'm assuming it is. But it's about to be.
It is about to be.
As you can tell up here in the athletics live stream commentary box, we don't mind a pun. So if you think you can outdo Lynchy and I, it wouldn't take much. Feel free. Summer of puns.
Happy to get those puns more on board.
And a bit of action here. This is women's high jump here, Lynchy. And there's plenty to like about the way women's high jumping is going in Australia at the moment. Bring us up to date with our Cali qualifiers in this event.
So, Taylor Clark from New South Wales. So, this is the under-18s. Taylor Clark was silver medalist in the triple jump at Nanjing in the Youth Olympics last year. She's got 2 qualifiers. The qualifier is 177, and she's jumped a 78 and a 77. So all she needs to do is win. Doesn't matter how high she jumps, she can get through. And Paige Wilson from New South Wales as well has a 177 to her name. She's actually the younger age group. She's only turning 16 this year. So she needs to jump the 177 today and win, and she's got her ticket. So it'd be good to see if Paige Wilson can get that 177 and win today. She'll be going, and Taylor Clark with 2 qualifiers already could send her as well. So we could have 2 high jumpers, and we have great pedigree. Who won the high jump last time?
Eleanor Patterson.
Amy Pejkovic. She's got silver over there in the high jump. We've got, pretty sure, Sophia Begg quite a few years ago.
We've got it wrapped up.
It's just natural. You go World Youth, win that, win the Com Games.
Perfect.
And it's Olympics after this, so maybe whoever wins this World Youth could win the Olympics the year after.
No, look, it's very, very exciting, and I don't know what it is, because it's not like we were mentioning before with the women's pole vault, where we've had a lot of success at the senior ranks. There's been, a lack of women's pole vaulters on national teams for a little while.
High jumpers?
High jumpers to fill the teams. Whereas now we're filling the teams and we're getting medals, and
exactly.
Hopefully that's it's going to inspire a lot of these youngsters as well.
We've always had that really good crop of juniors through the 18, 17-year age group, and now they're really just starting to push through. Hannah Joy jumped 190.
Up in Brisbane
on the day after the Brisbane Track Classic.
And Taylor Clark, who you mentioned there, well, she got the win in the triple jump.
That's
there.
right.
We interviewed her at the Queensland Track Classic on the weekend, just gone as well. So she's pretty excited.
I have noticed there's a bit of a crossover between the triple and the high jump. Ellen Pettit, who went recently to Glasgow in the triple jump, actually went to Delhi and Melbourne for the high jump. So she's done all 3 of those. Alwyn Jones, he can triple and high. Kane Briggs has been to Com Games for high jump, has jumped 1690 in triple jump as well. So
at the end of the day, it's all just jumping. So, if you're a good jumper, full stop, up, across, with a few skips in it.
So down on the podium,
looks like confirmed.
Looks like peace to Cali.
And look at this, Scott Martin handing out the medals.
Gold medalist in the discus at the 2000 Commonwealth Games.
National record holder.
In the shot put, yep. So that looks like Samantha Peace already had 5 qualifiers.
Looks like she will be on her way to Cali.
New South Wales on the board. Our 3rd automatic qualifier for Colombia. We might be able to get her up for a chat. She doesn't mind a chat.
Yes, of course. And we'll hopefully get our hands on some vision from that comp later on. We might even be able to show that in the afternoon session.
We've had the blimp nice and low over the ground over the warm-up track. Very low.
It got very low.
The small blimp.
So yes, Scott Martin, who handed out the medals there, holds the Australian national record in the shot put, 21.26. He set that in Melbourne, 2008.
That's a big put.
Now doing a lot of coaching work with our young up-and-coming throwers. So
that's right, working for Athletics Australia.
All right, now it's time to take a look at some of our ads.
Sydney Olympic Park. Get into life.
And welcome back to Sydney Olympic Park, where the sun is shining and the athletics action is coming thick and fast. We've had a big morning, a little bit of a lull in the action here now, but we're watching the under-18 women warming up for their high jump competition. It'll be getting underway very shortly. And Lynchy, we've sent him down on an assignment. He's headed down to try and get, hopefully, to line up an interview with the next of our Cali qualifiers and automatic selection, and Samantha Peace from New South Wales. Now, we had an interesting little tweet coming through here before. Bit of confusion about Cali, and this was from Brad Fisher. He used the hashtag AJC15, and he says, "Here I was getting excited about California." Now, Brad, you wouldn't be the first person to have confused the two, but let me assure you, folks, it's not California, USA. It's Cali, a city in Colombia, South America. Now, it's a little bit further south from California. So hopefully we cleared that up for you there, Brad. And Lynchy will make sure that you are an expert on Colombia before these championships are finished. It seems to be his area of knowledge all of a sudden, and it's great to see. So, and we see some warming up happening over here in the pole vault. No sooner have we wrapped up the women's under-17s pole vault comp, and we look like we've got the men warming up over there as well. And there's that fantastic high jump cam. Looks like they'll be starting at 1:45. And just on the women's high jump, we were talking a lot about that earlier. Chelsea Eggington, who hails from Newcastle region, Macquarie Hunter. Now, she's only in the 13s age group, and she has, not that long ago, set a world best for her age. So she is doing great things, and I'm sure we'll be catching up with her over the course of the coming days as well. But for the time being, this is the women's under-18s high jump, and they're just going about their paces. If you're enjoying your lunch break, folks, you might be switching on, wondering what's happening at the athletics. Well, let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to hear from you. It looks like Lynchy's been able to conquer his assignment. We're going to look. So we've got a very special guest coming to join us here in the studio, and going to invite her to come around here. We'll see if we can bring her in, and that's right. We've got none other than Sam Peace, who she's just strolled over from the warm-up track. Her comp was over there, and she's taken out the gold medal. And with 5 qualifiers before today already, she's booked herself on the flight to Cali in Colombia. Congratulations, Sam.
Thank you very much.
How was the comp out there today? You had those qualifiers under your belt before turning up, knowing that you just needed to win. You got the job done.
Yeah, it was quite stressful out there, actually. I felt less pressure because I was on the warm-up track, so without everyone watching, but still just having to get that automatic selection. Fair bit of stress out there.
And how did you go? What was the furthest? What was the winning throw in the end?
46.67, so
Okay.
fair bit off a PB, but still another qualifier.
Yep.
Got the job done, so.
And so you've got a big tick next to that one. Other comps you're doing this week. What's your next thing?
20s discus tomorrow, so
Yep.
hopefully a PB there. 18 shot, so I don't even know how I made it into 18 shot, but, I'll give that a go for a bit of fun, and that's about it.
All right, good. Now, do you know which country's flag you're holding here?
I'm guessing Colombia.
Very good. Now, can you tell me anything about Colombia? Do you know where it is?
South America.
What part of South America?
A dangerous part?
No.
No? Oh.
Very safe and friendly.
Oh, safe and friendly, okay.
I'm talking north, south, east or west. Is it at the top or at the bottom?
Top?
Yep, congratulations.
Nice.
And Cali, where does Cali sit in terms of Colombia? Any idea?
I have absolutely no
All right,
idea.
well, you have to do your homework. Someone just tweeted in saying they thought it was California.
California,
So-
well, that would be nice.
Yeah, but that's a little bit further south of California, so you'll be in Cali. But it's going to be a great experience. I'm sure you're looking forward to that, and you booked a ticket now.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think that experience is going to be like for you?
It's hard to even think about what it's going to be because I've never done anything international like that.
Yep.
It'll be really great to meet some of the girls who are already training like Olympians and like moving forward in that kind of way, but I don't know. I'm just going to go have some fun over there, to be honest. I'm just looking forward to the trip.
All right, excellent. Well done. Thanks again for having a chat to us.
Yeah, no worries.
Go and brush up on your Columbia knowledge. We might have to have a review with you down the track as you get closer, but all the best with the rest of your competitions here at the Championships and all the best with your preparations. And congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well done. Round of applause for Sam Peace.
Thank you.
Bringing peace on earth. All right, so there you go. What a treat. Catching up with Sam Peace there, the New South Wales representative. And things starting to heat up in the women's high jump. Here's the 200 under-16s para men's race happening at the moment. A mixture here, Lynchy.
Certainly. So there's it's tough to do. So lots of different classifications. So you might see some able-bodied, some ambulant athletes, some wheelchair athletes, all competing against each other. So what they do is, I think, not sure if they're working off the world record in that classification, but they compare the time to the world record in that classification and work on a percentage.
And that was Josh Lush from Queensland crossing the line first there, but that's right, they'll be working out for the different classifications how that all matches up. So
exactly, so you're pretty much competing against yourself out there the whole time. So everyone's going for, if you get a PB, awesome.
Look at that, the tailwinds are in.
Tailwind plus 1.1, it's beginning.
As we predicted.
Needs to hang around for another 3.5 hours, but that's cool.
We'll do our best. But, there you go. And what about that great chat there with Sam Peace? We've followed her for the last 6 months or so. Lynchy, she's been doing great things, and she just put the icing on the top of the cake today.
Yeah, got it done. Well, not the biggest, though, she said, as you heard, but, yeah, sometimes you just need to win. And it's almost just about performing at that big stage. Like, you can do qualifiers anywhere, but you can only win the Nationals at Nationals. So, and she did that. And that's all she needed to do. So, performed at the right time. See a few more warm-ups in the women's under-18 high jump. A few athletes out there, Taylor Clark and Paige Wilson, both with qualifiers at the moment. Paige Wilson needs another 177 next to her to be able to go to Cali in Colombia, whereas Taylor Clark just needs to take the comp out no matter what height, and she will be on the plane, obviously focusing a little bit more on high jump at the moment. She has jumped further than the triple jump qualifier, not in the qualifying period, but with a jump of 13.06 and the qualifier at 12.85, she could definitely do that on a day. It looks like she's just taking a little bit of time off. It's a very stressful event on the body, the triple jump, hard on the joints. So maybe just taking a little bit of time off and working on that soft bag of the high jump. But at the moment, not a lot happening. This high jump's scheduled to commence at 1 o'clock, so another 15 minutes. As we see some more warm-ups in the under-16s. We might have a little talk about what's happened earlier today, if you're just tuning in to the Australian Junior Athletics Champs live stream. Few heats this morning.
Yeah, definitely. Some great action this morning, Lynchy. Great action this morning. And if you want to, the live results are up and going as well.
Excellent.
So you can jump on athletics.com.au and follow that, and you'll get the results that have happened today. Look, we had the women's hammer throw under 16s. from New South Wales, Taylor Jobson, took that one out in a 48.61.
Good little 1-2 from New South Wales there.
We saw some hurdles action as well. Under 20s, under 17s for men. And look, Nick Andrews, as predicted by yourself, he put in a great performance of 14.45, got him straight into the final. And those finals, when are they, Lynchy?
For the hurdles, I don't think they're today. I think they might be further on the program.
So they get a little chance to rest up this afternoon.
I think Friday, no. Let's have a look.
That's all right. I'll let you get on and have a look at that. The men's 110 metre hurdles under 17s. Well, Nick Thompson is our best qualifier there, 15 seconds, and so he's straight into the final.
Friday, about midday.
There you go.
For those finals.
So in about a day, 24 hours' time. The men's high jump under 15s, that was. And that was Tim Dodd. We followed him fairly closely. 181
big
winning jump there. We think that's a PB for Tim. And he's from Athletics Victoria. So, some great action. And we spoke about Olivia Cara from Victoria winning the women's under 17 pole vault, 3 metres 45 there. And we're seeing the pole vault action there. That must be...
I think it's the under 16 boys.
Men's under 16s, yep.
That's right. And we had a chat with our first qualifier for Cali, Philippa Hajdaz, who had to jump last night in that pretty tough weather. The pole vault was cut short. She finished equal first with the New Zealander, but all she needed to do was win, and she got the job done. It was our first automatic qualifier over to Cali.
Yeah, very exciting for these athletes. They know they've done what they need to do. They've got their 2 qualifiers, they've got the win at Nationals, and they can start to work their season around, wanting to peak over at what is a recognised big international event.
Exactly. It's a stepping stone. They've got World Youth this year, and if they can continue their form and go to World Juniors next year, it's a nice little thing. They're not going to this so fresh face. They've got that comp under their belt. Little test one, just enjoy yourself over at World Youth under 18s, and then make your way to World Juniors next year, and a bit more veteran of the tour. That's Taylor Clark having her warm-up attempt. Very easy.
Pretty comfortable. 145, that's just showing there while they're doing their warm-ups.
Just need another 32 centimetres on top of that.
Done.
And they've got it.
It's only a 30-centimetre ruler.
Yeah. Easy.
And a bit.
I don't think I've ever jumped 177. I think my PB is 175. I wasn't a high jumper at all. So I probably can't qualify for World Youth in the women's.
That's a shame, Lynchy, because I would have backed you in.
Yeah, no. A lot of people, you do athletics? What event do you do? You're a high jumper, aren't you? No, I'm just tall and skinny, unfortunately. All
right, Chris Erickson, the race walker. Aussie race walker, the most famous Colombian ever, Pablo Escobar. There we go, hashtag AJAC15. There you go. So they're talking a little bit about Colombia. I think, Lynchy, what you've done successfully is got people thinking about, their Colombian knowledge.
That's right. We're getting the conversation started.
Yeah. And I think preparing these athletes, more importantly, for what's coming up ahead of them, where they're heading to, start to think about where it is geographically.
Exactly, because like we said before, they've got more fresh water than USA and Canada put together.
Yep.
But also, they get 70% of their electric power from the hydro. So the country's rivers and winds are capable of supplying their energy needs twice over. That's just very, very interesting stuff.
You read that
Colombia.
so naturally. I can't believe you've got those facts just stored in there.
They're just right in there. I've got to find the Colombian file in my head, and I can just roll them out all day.
That's very impressive, mate. Here's the hammer, the controversial hammer cage.
Yeah,
we've got an athlete from the
bit greedy there
from the ACT.
I wonder if he's learnt some hammer off Stuart Rendell, who does live down in the ACT.
All right, we've got on the track, and this is the women's 200-metre para under 16s final. Again, athletes of mixed classification here, but leading out Australian athlete Simpson.
Really pulling away from the rest of the field. That looks like Erin Cleaver holding down second position, and then Holt the other Victorian, just crossing right behind her. But like we said, all these athletes effectively competing against themselves and the world record in their classification. And then we'll have to wait and see. We've got AA staff downstairs working very hard on these classification tables to find out as fast as they can, once they get the result, their official placings.
Yep.
Tough work to get it very quick. We've got to wait for the photo finish to get it, and then they're working hard downstairs in the dungeon to get that.
We let them out to have a bit of sunlight every now and then, Lynchy.
Maybe a couple of sandwiches, but back in there.
Yeah, they work tirelessly across the course of the whole championship. So, big thumbs up. Thumbs up Thursday. Big thumbs up for all the officials and the administrative teams that go into do so much work to putting these events on.
That's right. Queensland athlete into the cage. Probably looking to follow the footsteps of Matt Denny as the Queensland hammer throwers. It's like a nice throw out over there at 35-metre barrier.
Yeah, we saw Matt Denny up here in the grandstand only a little while ago, looking very relaxed. He'll be very excited, having secured 3 PBs in the senior ranks within about 3 days up there in Brisbane last weekend.
Big week, and he's gonna do it again. See if he can get that treble. He won it as an 18-year-old last year, so he's in the 19, still in the under-20s. He could do the treble again. And
Lynchy, it'll be interesting for him. I'm assuming the weights will now be a bit different, coming back down to the junior ranks.
They should be lighter. Yeah, especially I'd assume the shot put would be lighter. He actually qualified for the shot put at World Juniors last year, but chose to do the discus and the hammer throw. So got a couple of options. As we see the under-20 men's long jump field come out, and he's almost, could you say, the Matt Denny of the jumps?
Yes, Shem
James.
Yep.
Queens. High jump, long jump, triple jump.
Yeah, I like that call a lot, Lynchy.
Or is Denny the Shem of the throws?
Well,
what do you do?
They're both only young still, Lynchy, so we'll see. I think
both obviously neglecting the javelin and the pole vault, but it is rare to see that the quad. So that's poised to get underway at 1:15. So hopefully we can get a few jumps in before we have our miniature lunch break and come back at around 3:30. We'll obviously give you those results at the end. Wonder what pit they're using. They are running the opposite direction to the 100 metres. So with the way the wind's been going lately, they might be getting a nice tailwind, but it did switch around a little bit. So feels like a tailwind up here in headquarters.
Yeah, the flags would indicate so. So, Lynchy, the flags would indicate that's the case.
Yeah, it is good flag weather, no matter which way it's going.
It's one of the benefits of having so many flags at your disposal. You can get a quick win.
Oh, there we go. That's definitely a tailwind.
Tasmania. Is that a sign for later? It's ACT.
Definitely, that's ACT. I was going to say that. You'd said it too early.
I won't spoil it. We'll save that up for this afternoon's Know Your Flags. We're going to teach Lynchy all the flags of Australia. As we look down there, here at Sydney Olympic Park, men's under-20s long jump, not too far away from a start. And the women's high jump, they'll start jumping seriously there as well.
Yeah,
the under 18.
3 to 4 minutes before they start.
And then just after 1:15, Lynchy, they're going to start racking up some hurdles. And that'll be the 200-metre hurdles, which you don't see a lot of. It's only done at juniors.
That's right. It stops at the under-16s, actually. 10 flights for these athletes. When I was in the Lays at New South Wales, it was 5 flights, and that was actually my first state title.
There you go.
Yeah. So if anyone's wondering about what the scientific study of the history, symbolism and usage of flags is called, it's actually vexillology. So if there's any vexillologists out there who want to give us some history maybe on the Colombian flag, they can hashtag AJAC15 or Summer of Vass. I'm sure they're all watching at home. There's probably thousands of vexillologists just in New South Wales and Sydney alone. So
yeah, Lynchy, it's an education you're giving the viewers today.
It is. You come to the live stream for athletics and you leave with some knowledge.
I think you'd almost leave with a degree the way you're going.
You could. At least on
free education.
At least on Colombia.
Professor Lynch, a doctorate in. Can you get a doctorate in Colombian studies?
Surely. Looks like we have the bar set at 1.50 metre for the first few attempts in the women's high jump. That's a hungry gauge today.
Look at that. Just shows you how tightly strung the netting is there.
It is
eating up these hammers.
And you can see there's a few holes there. It looks like they've been recently patched. Let's hope they can get this one. It looks a little bit higher. We need some taller officials, I think. That's the biggest thing to come out of this hammer throw event.
Get the ladder.
How did they get it last time?
Yeah, we missed it. Stick with us on Hammer Cam. Hammer time.
Victorian athlete coming in for an attempt at 150 and clear easy. Bar at 150. Long way off before they start getting up to that World Youth qualifying height. But keep an eye on Paige Wilson and Taylor Clark. As you can see, the under 20 men's long jump warming up. Some big jumpers out there. Shem James, as we said before, PB's in around the 760 and big triple jump PBs. So he could get the triple gold. It could be a little private battle between Danny in the throws and Shem in the jumps.
Straight over there.
Just rolling in on the first early attempts.
Yeah, you don't want to use up too much juice.
You could if you
on the early attempts.
It's a lot of jumps. Unlike the other ones, you don't just get 3 or 6 turns. You could have 10 to 12 attempts.
Right. Yeah, just on that men's long jump, Lynchy, as we see our next athlete from New South Wales clearing that easily. From Victoria, Christoph Mitrevsky comes in to the comp with a 7:32 seed time.
Not
so
bad.
Shem James, you expect, would be pushed by the Victorian. And Julian Conley from Western Australia with a 7:11. So good to see these youngsters, getting over 7 metres. And then as well, we've got Hamish Robertson, no relation that I'm aware of, 7:24.5 from Victoria. But Henry Smith,
768. He actually went to World Juniors last year and World Youth the year before that as well. So has competed in the big leagues.
And he's got the right name for a good Australian jumper.
Henry. That's right. So
taking the hat to Henry Frayne there, the Frayne train. That's going to be a great little comp. That's just down on... They'll be running to the northern pit down here in front of us at the grandstand.
And we obviously can't discount a lot of these athletes. They are peaking at the right time. So, as we've seen before, a lot of these athletes can just pull something out when it matters. And, you know what? I'd love to see an 8 metre jump. It's a big ask.
Look,
it's a big barrier.
Well, there's only been one in Australia this year, Lynchy, and you and I were lucky enough to be there the day Robbie Crowther got it out to 8:03 at the 100 Track Classic. He did have a bit of a tailwind behind him, and a legal one at that. But look, these guys are up in that sort of range, and if conditions are right,
just need everything to go their way.
They can get the crowd behind them. They're right, nice and close in front of the crowd down there.
Oh, there is nothing better than getting that clap behind you. It gives you that extra, I'm going to say 50 centimetres.
Yep.
Probably not 50 centimetres, but that's what it feels like. Let's hope maybe if we can get those claps going, because these boys are going to be jumping huge jumps. We might be able to catch a bit of that on our mics.
People in the grandstands just taking a bit of time to go and take a comfort break and getting a bit of lunch and hydration.
It's a good idea.
Getting ready for a big afternoon session here at Sydney Olympic Park.
Bar up to 155 in the women's high.
Looks like over the back, Lynchy, while these men are warming up, on the back straight we're going to have the women's under-20 long jump final.
Ooh, who have we got in that field? Alicia Burnett, very good long jumper, PB of 6:34, and she's a heptathlete.
Well, I noticed on this one the meet record, Brooke Stratton
6:51
holds the meet, 6:51, and 6:60 the national record. And she's been on fire this year, recently jumping a 6:72.
Exactly, not bad as well. There's a couple of other 6 metre jumpers. Sachi Kayama from New South Wales, and Orju Kiriakou looks like she's put her 100 metre PB down as her long jump seed time. Don't think she's jumped 11:86, but she's a 6 metre jumper, a world youth and a world junior competitor representative. I think she's got jumps around 6 in the teens, maybe 6:20. So, and with 11:8 speed behind her, could go far, but that could be a New South Wales 1, 2, 3. There's a few girls up in the 590s. So we might be able to see some big jumps from those athletes over the back. They look like they're running with the tailwind as well.
Yeah, well, it's hard, I was going to say, it's hard to know exactly what the wind is doing. The flags on that back straight there definitely look like they're going to be blowing into their advantage.
It does, but it's hard too because they have to prepare the pit. So they have to make the call pretty early, and when they did, it was a tailwind. So if it does switch around, it's going to be unfortunate, but you don't want to jump into a dirty pit.
No, nothing worse.
And as we can see, those officials, they were preparing the pit from 6:30 this morning.
Yes, well, you've got to ask yourself, Lynchy, what would you prefer to be doing? Raking the pit or trying to get a stuck hammer out of the net?
Oh, give me the rake.
You reckon?
Give me the rake any day. Less dangerous, unless you trot on it. But yeah, that's the start list at the moment for the men's under-20 para 200 metre final. As we said before, it's not the first over the line that will take it out. They're competing against their own classifications, so all athletes having a huge dig all the way to the finish line. We're a little bit unsteady over there at the moment.
So with the para events, Lynchy, the IPC, International Paralympic Committee, don't have their own juniors equivalent,
That's right.
juniors or youth, but you'll find some athletes here chasing qualifiers for the IPC World Champs.
That's right.
In Doha, in Qatar.
In Qatar,
Later
we have
this
that
year.
flag here.
Yep. So, and I know we had a couple achieved yesterday. We had the IPC Grand Prix just recently in Brisbane, as we see this race taking off here now. Lynchy, call us through here.
So we've got the Queensland athlete on the outside, Matt Guild, killing that band and going to lead into the straight. But the Victorian, Tom McLean, has streaked through the middle there. He's followed by another one, Henley. But it looks like McLean is going to run away with this race. He's going to cross the line in first, 23.56, minus 0.7. But as we said before, not the first over the line. They will be competing against each other in their own classification. So all athletes will be pushing themselves all the way. Minus 0.7 win for that race. And we'll have to wait till the medal ceremony to see the official final results.
More hammer action here. And we've also got high jump continuing. Throw there, getting out over the 30-metre mark.
Got that little bit of a break in the program, and then we're going to hit with all 5 field events at once. But as you can see on the stream, that was ANZ Stadium, Aussie Stadium, Stadium Australia, where a lot of memories were made.
That's where it all happened.
It was. Did you go to Sydney Olympics?
I did, mate. I didn't get to any of the athletics, unfortunately, but I got to a number of other events. Went to watch the Boomers play, the men's basketball team.
Yeah. Andrew Gaze, was he out there at the time?
Yeah, I wouldn't have been far off. Yeah. And, I think, definitely. And, I saw the marathons.
Oh,
They were
of
good,
course.
the cycling road races, yeah. No, so it was a great time to be around Sydney. And just think this track we're on here now, this was the warm-up track for some of those champions.
It was. This
and that's
was
the
the
podium.
warm-up track. I was lucky enough to be there on the Monday, the 25th of September, for Kathy Freeman's 400-metre final.
Yep.
5 rows back from the 100-metre start line, so got a nice little view.
All right, well, we've got some high jump happening here, women's high jump. We'll see if we can just cross to that. And next athlete to take on the bar here looks to be a Victorian athlete. And she clears that nicely. Always good to see that white flag go up. Bar's at 160.
So I think that might be Moochie, Celeste Moochie, who was in the hurdles earlier today.
Pole vault.
Oh, the
Look
South
at that.
Australians, they've got a good pole vault little crew going on down there.
Yes, they certainly do.
Jamie Scroop's been all over our live streams. Curtis Marshall.
Yeah, so that's the men's under-16s pole vault happening down there at the northern end. And here at the southern end, it's the women's under-18 high jump.
Got both 20s long jumps going on either side of the track.
So every corner of the ground is catered for.
It is. Wherever you sit, you'll have a front row seat to something.
Another clearance in the pole vault. Good to see as we stay here with the high jump.
Western Australian athlete.
Oh, look
Very
at that.
clear. 1.60 first attempt. Good to get it on your first attempt. Give you that confidence for the rest of your series. Here we are split screening it.
Look at this. All these good clearances coming through here, Lynchy.
Looks to be a New Zealander.
And here's the boys. Bars at 3:15 at the pole.
WA athlete. And,
Oh, look at... Oh, what a shame.
Ah!
Oh, the final part of the jigsaw puzzle.
Bummer.
Run, jump, and then chuck.
Chuck it away.
Chuck the bar away. The pole.
He knows it too. It's too much of that tar on the hands.
Might have got a bit sticky yet.
Too grippy.
You could be right. He's back on the tar. So a miss there in the women's high jump. And only, 5 minutes away from starting these long jump events, Lynchy.
That's right. As you can, they're all huddled under that shelter down the back straight.
I can see the red windsock showing it will be a tailwind.
Good.
On the back there.
I've had a few jumps in that pit down there.
And on the front here as well, I don't mind telling you. So they'll be looking, they're all pretty hungry to get involved.
Yeah, well, let's hope that tailwind sticks around for these long jumpers, but then switches up. Don't want those headwinds to hang around for that 200. But at the moment, only Hale and Shelley, Hale and Harrigan, they have to just win. So probably the time doesn't really matter so much, but
would be nice to see something fast.
Oh, I'd love to see a sub 20. But on the board, there's the under 20 para 200-metre final.
Yes, Howell, Patton, Charlton, Paige Greco, Maloney, Pollard, Dunn, and Carly Salmon there.
And you can see that is their classification next to their last name. The T stands for track, F stands for field. So some might have a different classification depending on if they're doing a field event or a track event. So that's what the T stands for. If you want to check it out, you can go to the IPC website and find out what the different classifications stand for, and do a bit of homework.
White flag there for the Queensland athlete.
Nice and clear. Second attempt.
At 160.
New South Wales athlete.
All right, here we have some of the stills taken. And the hailstorm. Wow. That was him winding back from about second to first gear there.
Just cruising.
He totally put it in cruise control.
You see Sydney Olympic Park and Destination New South Wales well represented on their name bibs. I like the name bibs.
Yeah.
It's very cool. You're no longer just a number in line. You get something, a bit of a keepsake for the rest of your career, really. Oh, a bit of unsteadiness.
Well, Lynchy, I can hear a clap happening down here in front of us, and that can only mean one thing. It is long jump time.
Emmanuel Fakir on the runway. First attempt. Oh, he's out there. Let's see what kind of flag he gets. A red tailwind flag.
Now, here we are. This is the women's 200-metre under-20s para event.
Looks like Howell on the inside from Queensland is going to get the best of the bend. But she's going to get pushed all the way from the New South Wales athlete. Looks like it's going to be a battle between Maloney and Howell. Maloney's just put her head in front, and she's going to run to the line and take out line honours in this race. But remember, like we've said for the previous races,
there's some maths to do.
There is plenty of maths to do. They're working fast and hard down in the dungeon. As Julie Charlton, the lone wheelchair athlete in this race, pushing all the way to the line.
That's right. She'll have the T54.
There it is.
Category wrapped up.
That's right. Well done now. They're working hard in the dungeon to get those official times all up and done. But we see a minus 2.5. So I can understand why Emmanuel fouled then, with that massive wind pushing him just a little bit too far over the board. He's working, as you can see, working with his run-up, making sure everything's perfect. Looks like Victorian athlete Celeste Mucci having another attempt in the high jump, 164.
Oh, great shape over the bar there.
Very clear. Could be a multi-athlete of the future after doing the hurdles earlier.
Yes.
Two very important disciplines in the heptathlon.
I guess that's a dilemma that a few of these athletes face, Lynchy. They show a talent in a number of disciplines.
Yeah.
Why not put them all together?
If you're good at 3, why not do 7? And very easy clearance there.
It's a very graceful sport, isn't it? Especially when you're clearing. And that's going to stay on.
Well done, mate. Get off the mat.
Quick.
Give him the white flag. He's got it. So you might see if Celeste Mucci is a multi-athlete, you might see her later on this year at, I think it's the same time as Open Nationals when they have their multi-champs. So she could still qualify later on.
Yep.
She's just having a little warm-up. Just a couple of practices.
So 2 long jump competitions now happening concurrently on the front straight and the back straight.
I'm hoping those officials with the board are very good at turning it around and showing us how they're going.
Well, we can send a message down to them.
Oh, look at that. Good photos from today. Very quick and high definition photos.
Thompson and Rass, they're battling it out over the sticks. Yes, there was some great action in the hurdles, and funnily enough, they're coming back out onto the track for the next run of 200-metre hurdles races.
That's right. South Australian athlete on the runway over the back straight for that women's long jump. Given the red flag, so wind playing havoc at the moment.
Chelsea Yench hails from South Australia.
Certainly does. Margaret Gahan.
Now moved to Queensland. She's been jumping very well.
Yeah, good performance in Canberra the other week.
Another successful clearance there in the women's high jump. So they're all ticking the boxes there. 164 we're at there. So
next on the runway, it looks like we've got a New South Wales athlete in the long jump. New South Wales going in the high jump. South Australia in the pole vault. But Shem James up very shortly in that long. And we are getting a good bit of board turnaround.
Yeah.
Bit of cherry picking in the pole vault. But good view of the board here. Good use of the black socks there in that long jump.
And there's our results for the men's 200 para under 20s.
Rowan Bright.
Rose got that one. Okay, congratulations to him in the T41 classification. He's receiving his gold medal.
He's got the gold. Now down on that long jump, we're going to see Shem James, probably the favourite.
So the men's long jump, right in front of the grandstand here. We'll see if the crowd does get behind him here. But he's capable of getting something out big here, Lynchy.
The first of his 3 jumps he's going to do. He took all 3 out at Adelaide. Here he is on the runway.
Looks to be a pretty good start there from Shem James.
Given the white flag, so it's legal. He's going to get one recorded. Left a nice big hole there for those officials to sort out. We'll wait for that to come up on the board. Not sure what flag he got for the wind, but I feel like a 7's coming.
8 would be better.
It would be, but I think that's a 7.54.
7.54 there for Shem James, just to open up with. Now, it is hurdles time, Lynchy.
200 hurdles.
And this is the women's 200 hurdles, under 15s.
They'll be definitely looking for a sub 30-second time. That's always it's a good one to look for. And this is the final, so we're about to see some medals given out.
Yep, these will be straight finals. So Holman, Potter, Tia McPherson, Reeves, White, Stevanovic, Walsh and Van Damme. And I'll be looking for Tia McPherson here from Lake Macquarie.
And the athlete in lane 4, which is Tia McPherson, leading into the straight, but having a good battle with Isabella Reeves from WA. Now we're surrounded by lanes. Very well, Abby Stevanovic on the outside from New South Wales, but it's going to be Isabel Reeves taking it out. Tia McPherson and Abby Stevanovic, 28.77, oh, 71, and a tailwind as well. A little bit of information, Abby Stevanovic is only 13, as they don't have under 14s 200 hurdles, so she's gone up. So she can do this again next year, and she's pulled out a bronze.
There you go.
Good running there, really strong in the home straight from Isabella Reeves, the Western Australian, 28.70. Tia McPherson 29.09 and 29.16 for Abigail.
And Tia McPherson, Lynchy, I was lucky enough to be at Glendale, the track up at Newcastle, to watch her take the baton and win the gold medal at the International Children's Games for Team Lake Macquarie. And I'll tell you what, that brought the house down that day, and I'm sure she's still on a high from that experience. But yeah, great to see there.
She got a gig in the 2x1.
That's right.
Out at
the Hunter Track
Classic. I think with Dakota Thomas.
That's correct. She'll be in action this week as well. So some of the young stars of the scene in the Hunter region. That's right. It's great to see them doing well.
Exactly, yes.
So, yeah, just confirming it, 0.7 metres per second tailwind there.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Over the back there, the women's under-20s long jump. I'm seeing a jump there of 5.82. They're in the first round over there.
Very early days.
As we see on the screen there, that's the results from the final, the women's under-15 hurdles, 200-metre hurdles. And it was Reeves, McPherson and Stevanovic there.
Fast running there, especially now. We'll see what these under-16 girls can do. Very quick from the under-15s.
And yes, we see here Olivia Black, Kayla Elvish, Macy Gardner, Cam Newton-Smith, Tamara Hodden, Letitia Willis, Amanda Crow and Jasmine Rowe, and a good mixture here, Lynchy, of the states as well. WA, Victoria, Queensland and New South Wales all accounted for. So we see some more long jump action over the back.
Big striding Queenslander, not a bad looking leap. Hard to really tell from probably 100 metres away almost.
Look at that. The VPA Productions camera crew are helping us out there.
Well done, thanks guys.
Beautiful pictures.
Clear as day. Here we go, big group of Queenslanders in the middle there in the 200 hurdles, under 16 final. We'll wait till they make their way around. It looks like Letitia Willis from Victoria the best of the start. And the middle Queenslander, Newton Smith, is going to lead in the straight, but Letitia Willis in the headband. A white headband being sported and looks to take this out at the end. One more flight to clear and very, very comfortable. 27.80. And lanes 5 and 6, Newton Smith and Tamara Houghton from Queensland taking out second and third place.
Is that our first win in the headband for the day, Lynchy?
I think so. And it's a white one. So she's done well. Knows what to wear.
Yep.
If you're going to wear a headband, you're going to get mentioned on the live stream. I'm pretty sure that's the rules.
It's my weak spot. It's like Ollie Wurm's OMAC. So 27.78 confirmed there, as you can see. 29.05 for second. They're the official times there, and there'll be some medals handed out there very shortly.
Minus 0.4, so it's in the ballpark. It's not bad conditions. Looks like we have on the podium just behind the medalists in the women's under 20 para.
Yep.
But as we stand up here, big gust, feels like that's a tailwind for sure. Remember, stick around 4:15. It's probably when you want to be on this live stream. But there you go. Salmon, Maloney, Greco, 1, 2, and 3. So Paige Greco, 32.01 in the T37 class. Crystal Maloney, T20 with a 29.33. Very close. That was her last attempt, unfortunately. Queensland athlete bows out of the competition.
That's the view from the VPA tent down there at track level, next to the fan zone there. It's a great setup. I suggest you do come out here if you're in Sydney or anywhere in the area. From now until Sunday and Saturday night, the Sydney Track Classic.
Yeah, you'll want to get in early on Saturday so you can stick around and get the best seat in the house for the Sydney Track Classic, the first of the finals of the Australian Athletics Tour. You're going to see the likes of David Radisha, Sally Pearson. Some awesome performances out there.
Danny Samuels.
Danny Samuels is out here again. Can she get 6 from 6? She get a perfect score.
And some of our juniors in action as well.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen some might be doubling up, doing the juniors. And then Georgia Wassell did that last year. Ran the heat of the 8 in the morning, ran a Com Games qualifier at night, and then ran the final the next day of the 800.
Yeah, that's what I mean, mate. These youngsters.
Yeah, when they're on song.
Don't hold them back. Righto, men's long jump time. New South Wales.
Brandon Madeira, big jump there. Getting up into that well-raked area.
Might be lucky to get away with that one, because it looked like he might have just overstepped.
Yeah, just a little bit. First attempt for the New South Wales athlete in the women's high jump. Looks like it's around 167. Just knocking it over. Still 2 more attempts. On the board now, start list 2015 Australian Junior Champs, 200 metre hurdles under 15 boys. Plenty of it's just all Victoria, New South Wales and WA in this race. We'll see how these lads can go. quick start there from River Amelia in the New South Wales, chasing down Riley Anderson. These two are getting the best of the starts. Luke Gojnik in the inside from New South Wales, but River Amelia is going to lead into the straight. 4 more flights to go, but Riley Anderson's getting plenty of support around the live stream from WA. It's going to be a close finish. It's tightening up. Who's going to take all the way to the line? Oh, I think Riley Anderson has taken it out, 26.75. What a finish. River Amelia just couldn't hold on.
No, Anderson there, Western Australia. Geez, they got behind him.
Didn't they? What? I think they brought him home. The bevy of swans.
Yes. So
Riley's still down on the track. I think he's still contemplating what just happened. What a race.
It was.
Good to see the lads checking on him, giving him a hand. Let's hope he's not too hurt.
No, hopefully he'll be okay. We're set for our next jump on the high jump. And look, it's starting to get a bit more serious over there. 167 on the bar now. And this is our athlete from Queensland.
No, definitely Queensland.
And over she goes. Just gives the bar a little tickle there. So she's safely through.
Clear.
To the next height.
Now, I might have to start getting my things together to go. I need to do an airport pickup soon.
Yes. Always working, Lynchy.
Got to pick up some of our Australian relay members. We see just another miss on her second attempt. And might catch a replay. River Amelia from New South Wales getting the best of the bend. But Riley Anderson from WA fighting hard in that Adidas replay as they come down with only a few more flights to go. And look at Riley Anderson fighting back. This is where the crowd started to get behind him. And Amelia just struggling off that last hurdle. And let's hope... Put that... Oh, I've had a friend break both his hands dipping in a race.
Wow.
And then my other friend decided to shake his hand afterwards as well. So, not knowing that they were both broken. So, it's a dangerous sport, athletics. It's almost a contact sport with the ground.
Yes, you need to be careful. Now, here's the medal presentation, Lynchy. Under 15s.
200-metre hurdles.
200-metre hurdles.
There it is. WA has taken out both under 15 200 hurdles.
So Savanovic and there's Tia McPherson.
Getting the silver medal.
And it'll be Isabel Reeves.
That podium looks hot as they're...
Yes, does get warm.
It does get very, very hot.
Podium dance.
Yeah, the old...
They're happy, Lynchy. They're getting their medals. Another clearance there.
And, the bevy goes off.
Swans. Another gold for Western Australia. It's only 10:30 over there for them.
What a delight.
They're just strapping in. We've got Mike Holmes, the track starter from over there in Western Australia. He's tweeting frantically. So great to have him over there.
Last attempt here for the New South Wales athlete, 167. And,
unfortunately not to be.
Probably her best attempt of the 3, but unfortunately, just not enough to get over. This is where we're getting to the pointy end of the competition. I wonder what we're going up to next. It could be 170. We're creeping into that World Youth qualifying territory. Or do we have another athlete on their 3rd attempt from WA?
So here we have our start list for the men's under 16s 200-metre hurdles. And it's Bashir, Romain, Economides, Degenham, Lamb, Hollingsworth, Des, Colgrave and Jonathan Robertson there.
Now I think Byron Hollingsworth Descent, former ACT athlete, now New South Wales, goes to Trinity Grammar with Rowan Browning. So this will be one of our last events on the track. 10 more minutes of the stream to go, finishing at 1:45. But there's Hollingsworth descent. A little bit of a stutter there. But he's going to lead into the straight. The Queensland athlete on his inside, Degenham, has taken the lead. 2 more flights to go. We've had a fall, but this is a close race again. These hurdles are really turning it on, and it's going to finish.
Oh! Good
My
luck,
heart says New South Wales, but I think that's Queensland who've taken it out, as long as it's not a Victorian.
Good luck picking that one.
We might have to see that very special photo finish technology from VPA Productions.
Yes, I'll be sure to bring that up. No doubt. Now, Lynchy, tell me, we're going to have a little break here in the middle of the day, and then we're back again for the afternoon session.
That's right, 3:30. Things to look forward to. We've got the under-18 men triple jump. That's a final where we will see one of our athletes has got a World Youth qualifier. We'll obviously give you the wrap-up of what just happened after this. We might just catch a little replay of that last bit of racing there. But there's plenty to go on. A lot of finals to do, but...
Here's the Adidas replay, Lynchy, and there's not much here between them. And let's have a closer look at it as they come through there. If we go back to that last frame, New South Wales had it, and then Queensland gets it, I think, at the end.
Mate, I'd give them both gold. Give them both a gold. But thanks to Adidas for that replay. Great work. We're seeing the Adidas replay of them cleaning up the hurdles there as well.
Well, why not? Lane 5 took the win there.
Oh, they've given them same time, but Queensland has taken it out. Oh, no, 93. I thought it was closer than that. Very interesting.
So we think there, Queensland's taken that.
Queensland's taken it, 91 to 93. I thought it was much closer than that. I would have given them the exact same time. But bars up to 170. And I'm going to have to sign off because I need to get to the airport to pick up some athletes.
Lynchy, great to have you on board, mate. Look forward to calling home some more events this afternoon. As you mentioned, the men's under-18 triple jump final. Men's under-18 200 metres featuring the Hailstorm, Jack Hale,
4:15.
Brendan Harrigan. That's going to be huge.
Couple of relays.
We've got some relays happening there as well. And women's javelin under-20s, that's a final, and the women's under-18 3,000 metre final.
Couple of World Youth qualifiers in that one as well.
That's going to be very exciting as well. So make sure you switch back on, folks. We'll stick with you. We'll say goodbye to Lynchy for now.
See you guys. I'll be back at 3:30.
And we see down on the screen here, we've got our next medal presentation. This is the men's hammer, under-14s, and bronze medal, Lachlan Ringrose from New South Wales, 35.90. And then Heth Sakzuski, 36.91. Ben Vugt, 47.96, Victorian, winning the gold medal there. He'll be getting his photos taken there. It's a great moment getting their medals. Little keepsake. As we turn our attention back to the women's under-18 high jump bars at 1.70 metre now. And that's another successful clearance there. Great to see. If you're wondering how the men's pole vault's going, the under-16s, that's happening at the other end. They're up to 3.65 metres there as well. So we'll keep you posted with what's happening in that event. Also, unfortunately not to be there, the Queenslander in the women's high jump. So men's pole vault here, and nicely done there by the Queenslander. Ashley Maloney. Pretty sure that is there. So there won't be too many left in that competition. And over here we are on the back straight. This is the women's under-20s long jump. Looks like the team Western Australia in action here. Red flag goes up there, unfortunately, for the Victorian. So that's at 170. Second attempt, she'll have one more crack at that. And a great clearance there from the Queensland. The white flag goes up. So the comp's just rolling along nicely there in the women's under-18s high jump. Here we have a look at the men's under-20 long jump. A lot of interest from the crowd down here. And these guys get the added benefit of jumping right in front of the crowd so they can use their support. Missing the high jump. That's the Victorian athlete in the men's long jump about to take it. This could be Mitrevsky. And that looks a good leap there. Well, let's hope we see that white flag. There it is. So we'll keep you posted with the distance on that jump there. It looks pretty good. Back to the women's high jump. And that's better. Stays in the game. Celeste Mucci. And she's very excited and thankful that she's still in the comp, having cleared 1.70 meters. So a third attempt miss there at 170. That will spell the end of the competition there for the Queenslander. And we head up to the men's pole vault here now. And this looks like Dalton Demedio, Victorian, coming into the competition with a seed mark of 3.85 meters. And he's hoping to clear 3.65 meters here. And he sneaks over it. Beautifully done. Demedio, the Victorian. And he meets the challenge there at 3.65 meters. And here we have Talia Clark from New South Wales. She will be having her first crack at 1.73 meters. Clark, she's already jumped a 177 in Canberra and a 177 in Sydney. Last year, unfortunately not making the 173 at the first attempt. The mark to try and get to here, 177. That's the World Youth Championships qualifier. And it's Talia Clark and Paige Wilson that have successfully done that so far. In the build-up to these championships, so Taylor will have another couple of cracks at this height. Hopefully she only needs the one. So we'll just stick with this jump here from Celeste Mucci. And very shortly we'll be bidding you a farewell. Chance for you to catch your breath. And remember to join us again from 3:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time as we bring you the afternoon session of Day 2 here at the 53rd Australian Athletics Junior Championships. And there's plenty more stories to happen across the next few days. The first attempt there, looks like it's going to stick. And 173. Great work there from Celeste Mucci. And with that, on that happy note, we will leave you and bid you farewell. Join us from 3:30 this afternoon. We'll see you then.